Christmas carolers. I hate Christmas carolers. I warned you, brats! Oh, they've come for me! They've come. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready.
I got it right. That was Mrs. Deagle.
Hello everyone, we are back. We are Last Night I Watched, and we're talking today on this chilly December morning about Gremlins, the 1984 Joe Dante film with Zach Galligan and Phoebe Cates. My name is Ian, and I am here with Carlos. How's it going, Carlos?
What's up, dude?
And to my right, next to Carlos, is Roman. How's it going, Roman?
It's going good, man.
Cool.
Going real good.
Yeah. And yeah, good old Gremlins. Who wants to go? Who wants to shoot their shit first?
Carlos, you want to start?
Okay, so
Did you
football.
choose the movie?
I think I did.
Okay, yeah, you go first.
I think this is the perfect Christmas movie. We've been arguing back and forth about if Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
I'm not really. I don't think I argue about it.
I don't know, but it makes me upset.
I
Well,
Carlos is arguing. You're like yelling at the wall.
yeah. I really like Die Hard. I think Die Hard is a great movie, but I understand why you're frustrated because this time of year, everyone, Die Hard's a Christmas. It just gets old.
Yeah,
It's
It
like
just
a
gets
meme
old.
now.
It's a meme. Yeah, it's a cliche. It's a stereotype.
but
It just gets kind of old.
but this one is a Christmas movie. It actually takes place Christmas Eve. Like the night of Christmas Eve. The sheriffs are
it?
getting drunk.
Oh, okay.
They're ready to just
Okay.
be home for Christmas, and everybody's getting their last minute Christmas trees, and you even have them say, what's the lady's name?
I don't think it is Christmas Eve because the kids are in school. Remember, the kids are in school.
I got the feeling it takes place over like a couple weeks. Because like at the beginning, they're just getting their Christmas tree. And
I think that's the same day the shit hits the fan. Because remember, he gets
Really?
stabbed in the butt with the needle.
Oh, true.
So
He
I
does.
think that's like the Friday before Christmas break.
But they do say at one point, I know they say at one point, like, oh, I'm not going to be there or something. And they're like, but it's Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
Really?
I
Yeah.
do remember
That's
at least
fucking
hearing
weird.
that.
That's really strange.
Maybe
was
they're
it the
talking about
dad?
ahead of
Was it
time.
the dad when he's at the convention?
Yes.
Okay.
When he's like on the phone in the
That's a
little
great.
booth.
That's a great. That's a that's. There's so many gags in that scene. It's.
That's what
really
I thought.
Fantastic.
But this movie's full of gags, and I don't even get half of them. I can tell sometimes when there's a reference to something. I'm sure we'll talk about them, but
You got Christmas trees, Christmas lights. The dog gets wrapped up in Christmas lights.
A lot of snow everywhere.
He puts a hat on Gizmo, a Santa hat.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
This is a Christmas movie. Oh, and later on, the Gremlins go and watch Snow White because I think that was released like Christmas weekend.
And
Oh,
they,
that's
back when
funny.
it was
and,
released.
and they love it.
Oh yeah.
What are they doing? They're watching Snow White, and they love it. I
But it also is funny. It's very cute. Gizmo is adorable.
Also very dark too.
Yeah, I was watching this one last night at the drive-in theaters with my girlfriend. She's never seen it before.
Wow, you saw it at the drive-in?
Yeah,
Dude,
it was
that's
so
awesome.
cool, dude. I
That's
think it's still
super cool.
playing this week too.
Okay,
if you
that's
wanna
super
catch it.
cool.
Hey, maybe I'll go see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's worth it.
Was it a double feature, or are they just playing that?
Just that.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
It was probably like House of Gucci after that, but I didn't.
Yeah,
Want to
yeah, yeah.
I'm good. You got Christmas carolers in this one. Oh, anyway, back to the cuteness. Every time Gizmo came on screen, my girlfriend just went, "Oh,"
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that
Yep.
is the responance that we should be giving Gizmo.
Oh, yeah,
He's still
definitely.
adorable.
Yeah. Doing all that
Um,
cute stuff. He reminded me of like a little baby monkey or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
He reminds me of my cat. I just want to.
Yeah,
my cat.
I like when whenever there's bright light,
Yeah.
light bright, light. The subtitle said light bright, light bright, but I always thought he was saying bright light.
I saw Bright Light on my subtitles.
Oh,
Maybe
okay.
it's a sub
They
thing.
fucked up the subtitles again. Those
Which do you
Cool.
know who voices Gizmo?
I found out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Howie Mandel.
What's
Mr.
up?
Deal. What was his game show?
I
Oh,
don't know.
Deal or No Deal.
Deal or No Deal
Is that
himself.
him? Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
I mean, in 1984, was he young? I forgot to look that up. Like, he
I'm
must
sure
have
he
been
was.
like
Yeah, I'm sure he
16
was.
or something.
No,
or-
he's probably like 20s, maybe early 30s.
Yeah. Yeah, because he's an old. He looks good. He
Yeah.
looks younger than he actually is, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Gizmo voice is cute. You're right.
Yeah.
It is, yeah. But yeah, there's cuteness. Oh, and then you get to the horror, like when they start transforming after eating.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was like, "Whoa, this is like scary. You were watching this when you were a kid
Yeah.
because the gremlins are getting chopped up in blenders. There's blood everywhere.
Yeah, getting stabbed. and-
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a big flip in the movie right there. That
yeah.
scene.
It's pretty scary. Even in the end, when Stripe is getting like the sun hits him, so he starts melting.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
His like skeleton melts too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Great
that was
effect.
cool. That was really cool.
Great
I have my
effect.
mouth like open when I was watching that. Like what? Like pulsating.
I mean, we got Christmas carolers. We got Santa getting eaten by gremlins.
Santa
is-
burning in a chimney.
Yeah,
That was- yeah.
You got Phoebe Cates giving the craziest, scariest
Yeah.
speech you'll ever hear.
I like their conversation too earlier in the movie when they're walking Phoebe Cates home and she's talking about how she doesn't like Christmas and Christmas has the biggest suicide rate. And,
Yeah.
and I like that conversation. It's
the
pretty
holidays.
entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, "What are you, Buddhist or something?"
He says, "Yeah, what are you, Hindu or
Hindu?
something?"
Yeah.
Which I don't know if that fly nowadays.
I know. I thought the same thing.
And
Oh.
it's amazing. So this is. Would you guys say this is kind of a kids? This was directed towards kids, kind of.
I feel like it. Yeah.
I find it amazing that they throw a line in that scene where she goes, you know, Zach Galligan, Billy Peltzer's telling her, it's like, well, everyone's happy around the holidays. She's like, yeah, some people, but while some people are opening up their presents, other people are opening up their wrists. It's like,
Yeah.
God
That was
damn.
pretty crazy.
That's why I'm like, I don't know. I guess it was marketed to kids, but
That
there's a lot of adult humor in it.
well,
dark
I guess when we maybe talk about like when it came out,
Mhm.
we can maybe bring up about the reception of this movie. I mean, it was
Mhm.
well received, but some people were parents, I think, were a little miffed.
I actually read that this film and another one that came out around the same time led to the MPAA switching up their ratings to make it PG-13.
Temple of Doom.
Yeah, Temple of Doom.
Oh, yeah.
Because
I
it's
think
like-
Poltergeist a few years ago was a big one too.
Spielberg.
Yeah, which are all Steven Spielberg produced movies,
Yeah.
and directed
Yeah.
with Temple of Doom.
Mhm.
It's innocent enough, but then there's also like some stuff that wouldn't warrant like an R rating, like the wrist slitting,
Right.
body melting stuff.
Yeah, well, when the gremlins are killed, they don't like shoot out red blood or anything.
Yeah,
so
that's
maybe
true.
that's part of it.
Alien blood, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But yeah, I love Gremlins. Big fan.
Yeah.
What did you think?
Well, so I've seen it in like parts or maybe before when I was a kid, but I really didn't remember any of it, or at least understand like most of the complexity of it. You know, the humor, the layers. I talked to you about this recently, Carlos. There's not a lot of movies that do horror comedy well, and while like I don't think this is super heavy on the horror or anything, I think there's a lot of elements in it, and they do like such a Joe Dante and crew. They do such a good job of like flipping back and forth between genres pretty effortlessly. Like it's funny, it's like dark humor, it's just regular humor, and then like it's cute, and then all of a sudden it's evil. Like the way that everything just flows is so nice. So yeah, I love all the characters. The settings are great.
Before we started, you started bringing up the soundtrack too.
The soundtrack, yeah, I really like the music on it. And then, you know, when he's first playing the piano and like you hear the theme come in and it's like the same notes that were on the piano. And then of course like it crescendos with the mogwai like actually singing. He's kind of doing like his
Yeah,
and then
humming
like what the
along.
music in the background is doing. So yeah, I was just like, wow, I'm really impressed by all this. Like,
yeah,
you know, and then I feel like there were a lot of sets, like movie sets. You know, like when they're in the town, it didn't feel like they were shooting on location.
where they
in
shot
the
Back to
town.
the Future, the courtyard. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
same. They shot a bunch of stuff there.
So there was just a lot of like 80s feel to this movie. Oh, probably my favorite like set was the beginning when he's in Chinatown and there's like the big characters on the big Chinese characters on the wall and like he's going down into the basement. All the like funky, it felt like you're in the crypt or something. The chess set.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course then like topped off by like the old Chinese man with like the beard. I was reminded of what's his name? Lou from oh damn, what's John
Big-
Carpenter,
Big
Kurt
Trouble
Russell.
in
Yeah,
Little China,
thank you.
yeah.
I'm like, man, that's one of my favorite movies. I couldn't
Yeah.
remember. But what's the guy's name in Big Trouble in Little China? The
Jack
old
bird.
The old
Oh,
Asian guy.
Lu Pan, I think.
Yeah,
something
yeah,
like that.
Lupin, yeah. Or
Lupin, I think
Lopan,
is it.
maybe.
Lopan? Yeah.
yeah. Man, I should have that ready. You know, that's one of my favorite characters. Anyway, I got that vibe from the old Chinese dude, and they went a little different direction with it, but still, just that. I was digging it like right away. You know, I'm like sucked in. I'm like, oh yeah.
I like that scene. We're introduced to the dad. The dad's like a goofy inventor. None of his inventions
Yeah,
work. They all
but he's
fuck
shooting
up.
his shot. You know what
Yeah.
you need? This.
The bathroom.
The bathroom buddy.
Yeah.
What is his like? He's like Peltzer Industries. Like fantastic ideas for a fantastic world. I make the illogical logical.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's exactly it.
Funny, yeah.
That's great.
Love it.
Yeah, this movie also felt. I don't know if it's 80s movies or if that's just something I focus on with those. Sometimes I feel like they're kind of over the top. Like for example, when he's showing him the shower buddy or the bathroom buddy, like you could tell like he's struggling and you know he's like looking around kind of nervously. Like I was getting the vibe like, oh, he's a bad salesman, you know.
Yeah.
And then just as I'm like thinking that, it like shoots out, you know.
all the toothpaste.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like that, you know, it takes things like completes the ideas and stuff. The writing I think is good. That guy Chris Columbus, he directed, is that right? The first 2 Harry Potter movies?
Yeah, and
think-
the
what?
first 2 Home Alones.
Yeah, and Home
Yeah.
Alone, that's the other one. Yeah. I was just like, damn, this movie's full of just great people.
Yeah.
And,
Well, his
BB cake.
his initial script was very different. You can find it online if you ever guys have the time. I'd suggest you read it because like it was way different. Like,
What direction did it take it more?
the Gremlins legit kill people. They cut off the mom's head. They kill the dog.
Wow.
that's
They
right.
go to
I
a
read that.
McDonald's and they eat all the people in McDonald's because it's like the people go to McDonald's to eat burgers. Well, the Gremlins go to McDonald's to eat people.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
funny.
like
I'm
a
glad
lot
they
of-
cut that one. That one's kind of,
It was very
like
over
that
the
one.
top.
Yeah.
I think when Joe Dante got involved, they kind of. Also Gizmo turns into Stripe. Gizmo goes out of the movie. He turns into a bad gremlin. And I think it was Steven Spielberg's idea to keep Gizmo throughout the whole movie, which is smart marketing wise. It's very smart on their part.
True,
he's a
true.
genius, yeah.
Yeah, another little ET. Was this before? This was after ET, right?
After yeah.
Yeah, because there's an ET.
Reference.
Yeah.
There's
got
an
a couple
ET
of 'em.
doll, I think. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's right.
there's a
in
doll,
the toy
and then
store,
when
or
one
the
of them's
department
like,
store.
phone home when he's ripping
That's
the
right.
cords.
That's right. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. This
I
movie.
never noticed that until this watch.
Oh,
He goes,
really?
phone home, and he cuts the phone line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great movie to watch for like cinephiles because I feel like there's a million references. And,
Oh
you know,
yeah. All the
and I like movies, and I only probably caught half of them.
Billy Peltzer's got a Road Warrior poster in his
Oh,
room.
nice.
He's
Didn't
got
see that.
he's got a Twilight Zone the movie poster in his room, and I think the only reason why is because Joe Dante directed a segment in that. But it's like
So did Spielberg.
so did Spielberg. But I find it really strange that they actually put that in there because bad stuff happened. No one talks about that movie ever anymore.
Oh, that's the one
Whoa.
with the head
yeah,
chopping
yeah,
off. Oh,
yeah,
yikes.
the helicopter accident.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess maybe they're like Joe Dante's like, can I put a Howling poster? It's like people don't know what. Not a lot of people. You did that Twilight Zone movie, right? Put a poster of that instead.
Yeah.
People know what that is.
There is a Howling poster in there. It's in I think maybe at the theater, like when it's
You're
like
kidding
coming
me.
soon. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Oh, I missed that.
Upcoming features. It's
What?
the Howling, yeah.
Well,
And I recognized it because I
Holy
know
shit.
Joe Dante did it.
It's a
but I've
great
never seen
poster.
it.
Is it like It's like this like
The scratching
Yes.
proof, yeah. Which
Wow.
they do as well. The Gremlins at one point in the movie, they're like
They-
the movie
they
screen?
tear through the
Yeah,
yeah.
and when they
that's a
do
great
that,
shot.
like it's like claws, and I think that must be from Howling. 'cause
Maybe.
I felt like it was a reference to something. I just wasn't sure.
that's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was a great shot. Like when they're when it flips to behind the movie screen, and you could see like the shadows of the Gremlins.
They're
it looks
all
like
running around.
animated
Oh
or something.
yeah,
yeah,
that's a good
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, man, great movie. Great
yeah. Snow White, of course.
Yeah.
He's watching Invasion of the Body Snatchers on TV.
Yeah.
Which is
Yeah.
really
I was
cool.
watching with my girlfriend, and I was like, "Babe, we watched that movie together." 'cause,
Oh,
you know,
that's
it's-
cool.
we sat and watched the '50s one.
I watched it recently, like maybe a month or two ago. It's a great movie.
Yeah,
I
I
never
love
seen
that they
those
showed
ones.
the
Oh, it's great.
ending.
Yeah,
'cause-
you're next.
Yeah.
They're already here.
Yeah.
You're next.
He's like on the
It's
highway or
great.
something, right?
And I think, and it shows the pods too, which I think is cool because the Gremlins kind of turn into
Yeah.
pod things.
Yeah, exactly.
Which are great. Like
Pupil
that.
stage.
That I like that so much. It looks so good. It reminds me of Alien almost. The
Yes,
eggs
definitely.
that open up.
And
like,
the green and the smoke fog
Yes.
coming out.
yeah.
Yeah, great like props and everything in this movie. And
I like that Gizmo learns from television too. He
Mhm.
Yeah.
watches that racing one, and at the very end,
That's
he's racing in the
right,
car
that's
and thinking
right.
of the
Yeah,
lines.
That's
And
right.
then, like-
the little Barbie car.
yeah, you hear the voice. You know, it's like I need a dame or something like that.
Yeah.
I need a dame.
Yeah.
Was Gizmo a girl? That's what I was kind of thinking when I saw
I
that.
think maybe they're not asexual.
I
They're
always thought of Gizmo as a dude.
is it asexual?
Well, he says he all the time. I think asexual.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a plant. Well, they're alien things, right?
Well, I think they choose. I don't know. Maybe they choose their gender. There's one
Oh,
gremlin
yeah.
dressed up as a chick in the bar,
That's
and then we
right,
get
yeah.
Greta in the sequel. But it's like, are they? I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know. Good question.
Yeah, that scene's funny too when they're all at the bar and Stripes playing poker and like he's got his chick next to him.
Yeah.
Or what was were they playing cards or whatever they were doing?
Something.
And then he breaks out a gun and starts shooting.
Yeah, he
God.
shoots
Yeah.
because the one like says something to the chick and the chick turns and is like blah blah blah. blah.
Yeah.
He pulls out his
Yeah.
gun.
Yeah.
That is so funny to me.
And I pull out my gun.
Yeah.
What'd you think, Ian?
I like it a lot. I think it's a really fun movie. I actually like it more now as an adult than I did as a kid for some reason.
Okay, yeah.
As a kid, I was kind of, I don't know why. I was kind of bored with it. I think it was just like I'd rather watch Star Wars or Jurassic Park or, James Bond or something different. I don't know why, because
With
this
more
is
action, maybe.
maybe, yeah, maybe. I don't know. It just didn't really click with me as a kid, and then getting older, I like it a lot more. But as a kid, like it was, the three rules. Like that's like a big thing in pop culture.
Yeah.
Like they don't like bright light. You can't get them wet, and no matter how much they cry, no matter how much they beg, never ever feed them after midnight, which they make fun of in the sequel because isn't it always after midnight?
Yeah.
I
It's
said that to my girlfriend, but it was like the little SpongeBob meme. I was like, "Isn't it always after
Yeah.
midnight?"
yeah. Well, I find it great that they actually make fun of it in the sequel. 'Cause,
Yeah.
I mean, I know like probably everyone probably was just like, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Different time zones and this and that.
Yeah, I was like, "You cut off at sunrise."
Yeah, exactly. I think maybe it's just like when the Earth is farthest away from the sun
Oh yeah,
or something.
they're on the dark side of their.
Yes. Yeah. But yeah. It's just a really, fun movie. And I like the darkness of it too. I like how it's not just your cliche family movie. There's also talk of fathers falling down chimneys and breaking their necks, and old women getting tossed out of windows, and
Oh, that's a great scene.
Oh, that is
oh, man,
hilarious.
yeah,
Mrs. Dingle, it's Christmas.
yeah. It's just it's a really really good movie to watch this time of year. Any time of year. It came out in summer. That's one thing. All these Christmas movies came out in summer.
That's weird.
Yeah,
Huh.
I know. But yeah,
Blockbuster status.
it's a really really fun movie
Yeah.
Yeah.
to say the least.
Going back to the soundtrack, you have like Gizmo's theme when he's playing on the piano. That's a great little theme.
Mhm. And they play it like pretty much every time you see him. Every time he does
Yeah.
anything
Yeah, it's like
significant.
whatever.
Yeah,
That's a good
that
one.
feels like very ET.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I want to bust out the keyboard and learn it.
yeah.
That'd be fun.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
it's
pretty
only
cool.
like a few, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, a few keys. But that one's really cute. And then I really like the sound effects that the green gremlins make. Like there's like a
Really? Really? It sounds like a cat.
and then it's like doing the menacing
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Wow, that's funny.
yeah. The sound effects and everything in this movie are fantastic.
Yeah, I like a lot of the things they say. Like we say "phone home" and all that.
Yeah,
Like when they're
yeah.
when they're at Mrs. Deagle's house and they see like her signs like Deagle, Deagle,
Yeah.
Deagle, Deagle.
Gizmo Doodoo or something
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that when he throws him down the chute, he says it, and then when he sees him again at the end, he's gonna shoot him or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, what did he have? The crossbow still? Or no, I think he got a
He
gun
probably had
after
his
that.
pistol again.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because he like turns and
yeah.
like there's a gun in the case.
yeah.
All
Yeah,
of the
the
places
department's
they
smart.
went were so like genius because they're
Yeah.
full of like things for the gremlins to just.
Oh yeah,
they're mischievous.
Yeah.
They're like little imps or pixies or something. They
yeah.
they're just there to f stuff up.
I like when we haven't talked about Dick Miller. Dick Miller's the guy's like that's a Kentucky Harvester.
Yeah.
No
I
foreign.
love
You're
this one.
driving a foreign car. That's why it's not starting.
Yeah.
That's a
about that
Kentucky
guy.
Harvester. Made right
Yeah.
here. He's the one who kind of sets up like yeah, back in WWII Gremlins, it would screw up our planes.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that
Kind
was
of like
good.
paying homage to the origins of the name.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And then
yeah,
they're like, okay, now we're gonna spin it on its head.
right.
And
yeah,
now whenever people think of Gremlins, they think of this movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well,
yeah.
they end it like, right? The narrator, he's like, so whenever your car doesn't start or
Yeah,
your
I
computer,
like
blah,
that
blah,
so
blah."
much. That's a beautiful shot
Check
too when
for
he's
Gremlins.
when he's walking down the street. It's like
Yeah.
a map painting of the town.
Yeah,
Like,
and then the
really
credits
great
roll
shot.
over it.
Yeah,
That's a great one.
yeah.
Mhm. Sound.
But yeah, the Kentucky Harvester guy. What's his name in this
Dick,
movie?
Mr. Futterman, I think.
That sounds right.
I love when they show him later in his house before he gets snowplowed.
Yeah. By the Kentucky Harvester.
Yeah, yeah. But
Yeah.
it's like the TV or something, and he's like, "Damn foreigners!"
Yeah, he's like, I
foreign
told you we
parts."
should have bought a Zenith.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And then later, like it comes back on, and it's like a French film or something, and he just stands there and he's like, "Foreign."
Oh,
It's like,
that's
you know,
funny.
his character just
He's,
really.
what do you call that? He's very xenophobic.
Yeah, yeah. He's
Yeah.
very xenophobic, and they just like play it up so much.
So there's a shot when Mrs. Deagle is about to go into the bank. He's just like standing outside the bank, just kind of watching,
Yeah, I
and
saw
then
that
walks
too.
away.
Yeah.
It makes me think like maybe there was a scene of him talking to Billy before he goes in the bank too, or talking to somebody or something.
That
'Cause
makes
it's just like, what did he just like wander on set and Joe Dante just likes Dick Miller so much? Just yeah, just keep him there.
Yeah,
sense.
He's in every Joe Dante movie for the most part.
Oh,
Maybe
cool.
He's
it's
in
like-
this. He's in The Burbs. He's in Small Soldiers. He's in The Howling, from what I remember. He's in a Joe Dante movie called Matinee. He's like in every.
I'm pretty sure he makes it onto Gremlins too.
He is in Gremlins too.
Yeah,
I
so
think.
he
Yeah,
doesn't
that's right.
die.
They come back. The Futtermans come back. That's
Yeah,
right.
he
Oh,
doesn't
yeah,
die.
they don't die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
anybody die? There's characters that die, right?
Yeah,
I
I think
feel like
Miss
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 Deagle
Deagle
got it.
definitely dies.
Oh yeah, she dies. They
Yeah.
talk about her.
Yeah.
I like how the Santa Claus is coming out and he has them all over,
Yeah.
and the sheriffs just roll up their windows.
Yeah,
on him. They're like,
that's
"We're
when
not
they're like,
helping
well,
Yeah.
I think we should get out of here.
this guy."
I think the teacher with the syringe in the ass dies
Oh,
too.
yeah,
I
he
don't
probably
know what the
died.
hell is in that syringe, but
yeah.
yeah, it wasn't good. Whatever it was.
Yeah, that was a good shot, like him with the projector in his classroom, like crawling around. and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
That's-
then like as he sticks it under, like he just and it goes for like a long time too, like his hand under the thing.
Yeah,
and
it's
he's,
good
like,
suspense.
Further, yeah.
yeah.
And then yeah, they cut back to him just being like, ah.
Yeah, it's kind of. I was so. How old is Billy Peltzer? Because he's still like hanging out with like his former high school teacher. I'm kind of like, because he seems like he's at a bar. I would imagine he's at least in his 20s, right?
Oh, you're right.
But
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
I don't know if that was like a traditional bar or more like a restaurant.
but he's sitting
type.
at a bar though, and they serve booze. I mean, I guess times were
really?
different in the 80s, but
Well, yeah, and yeah, he's like he's at the bank.
he has a
He-
job. He has
he
an
has
he
that-
has an adult job.
Yeah,
I
right.
know.
But he's also hanging out with Corey Feldman.
That's
True.
yeah.
I was wondering,
and
is that like
he
the
brings
neighbor?
he brings his dog to work. That's one thing. It's like sometimes I'm just like, is Billy Peltzer just kind of an idiot?
Yeah,
Who the
Little
fuck
bit.
brings your dog to work and puts him under his like desk?
yeah. At the friggin' bank.
Yeah.
It's like the guy,
yeah.
the close talker from Seinfeld. He's in.
Oh
this,
my god, Judge Reinhold. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
He's like
He's
you
like
know,
the smarmy asshole.
You brought that much.
Yeah.
To work.
This is
a
like this is a
bank?"
bank, not a pet store.
Yeah.
Peltzer.
Yeah, and then when he's at the bar, and he's like, I'm 23 and I'm a junior executive or whatever. When I'm 25. It's
Okay,
like,
so
what
then
about you? He's
I
just
guess
such an asshole.
that answers my question. Then Billy's probably the same age. Then I would imagine, right?
I would probably think like, yeah, because you're right. He's at the bar in that scene, and I don't know if he got a beer at that moment.
I don't think you see him, but
He
at
doesn't
the
sit at the bar though. He sits at a table.
No, he's sitting at the bar at first. He's showing Chuck
Oh,
Jones
that's
his,
right,
his
you're right.
drawings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. His drawings of was it Deagle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Deagle.
Yeah.
At first, I thought Deagle worked for the bank. So I was,
I don't.
like,
That's
thrown
one
off.
thing. I don't know what.
She's a
was-
real estate lady.
She like was married to like some kind of industrial mogul or something.
Who embezzled a bunch of money.
Yes.
At
Don't
the
they say
very
that
end.
they say that like on a news report or something,
At the
right?
very end, yeah.
Yeah.
And he says,
Oh, when she's dead.
"Ay, shouldn't it teaching him to watch TV?"
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I see you taught him to watch television. Or...
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think that would fly? Do you think that character would fly nowadays?
No, that's actually what my girlfriend pointed out. Is
Yeah.
she's been listening to a lot of Asian comedians, and
Yeah.
they'll like turn down roles if they go in there and they're saying like, "All right, now do your stereotypical Asian voice," or say like a line like, "Thank
Yeah.
you very much," and all the racist stuff. They'll just walk out. And
Yeah.
especially with Shang-Chi coming out, like that
Yeah.
one's pretty like progressive and putting him more into the mainstream.
Well,
not
I was
having
under
him
the impression
do
he
that
talks
stuff.
like that because he's from China. He was initially from because the little kid doesn't talk like the short round impersonator doesn't talk like that.
That's true.
That's what I thought. I was like, is this Indiana
It's
Jones?
fucking weird, dude. Because that movie came out right around the same time, and they both have little Asian boys wearing Yankee hats.
Yeah.
It's really I don't know if
They do
Steven
look a lot
Spielberg had a
alike.
Asian boy wearing a Yankee cap thing going on at the time, but
His assistant.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know.
it felt like he was from China, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, it's a little stereotypical.
Well, the
the
one
80s.
thing that I thought was a little like much was when like Rand Peltzer's trying to sell him the bathroom buddies. Like, see, you forgot to brush your teeth. You got a bad case of dragon breath and goes
Yeah.
wrong
Yeah.
right after. I was like,
And he like
that's-
looks at the dragon. He's like,
yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. It's like that was a little much.
Yeah.
That was a little much.
It's like corny humor.
yeah.
That's the 80s to me. you
Yeah.
know?
Would I change it though? Nah, I love it.
Yeah, I think it kind of works,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know.
That's-
And and again, if anything, they're not really to me. Well, I'm not Chinese, so I can't say, or I'm not of the Eastern descent, but
That's true.
I don't think they put down that culture, because at the end he kind of lectures them. He's like, "I can see you are not ready for mogwai."
Yeah.
Or like
you Americans.
Yeah, he's like
always
you.
doing
Yeah,
your
us
American
stupid
thing.
Westerners aren't ready
Yeah.
for this
Yeah.
Eastern.
Before Gizmo
culture.
starts saying something and he like turns around, I kind of thought for a second, I was like, is he just gonna walk out? Because Billy never got to say goodbye,
Yeah.
and I thought it would
Yeah.
just be kind of funny if like he just leaves with the mogwai and Billy like never gets to say anything. Because then it was like sort of almost like realistic. Like if the guy was trying to teach you that lesson, then fuck off, Billy. Like because Billy is the one that got him wet. Like took him to his the professor and literally like dropped a drop of water on him. and
That's
stuff,
right.
True.
Right.
I mean, Corey Feldman was the one that originally got him wet.
I think it was either Corey Feldman or Billy Peltzer.
I think it was Corey Feldman. I can't remember his
Maybe.
character's name.
Pete, I think it was, or something.
Oh, that
Yeah,
sounds
sounds
It was
right.
Pete, yeah.
He knocks over like maybe he was painting or something, or
He had
Get water.
paintbrushes with like, yeah.
He said,
that's
"Can I
right.
hold him,
like-
Billy? Can I hold him?"
yeah.
Yeah.
See, you said before, Ian, that he did a good job. Corey
Yeah, I
Feldman.
was gonna bring that up, Carlos. I think Corey Feldman is I think generally is a really good child actor.
Yeah.
I think
I
like
loved him.
when he's talking to Gizmo and everything, like you really I bought it. I think
Yeah.
like Corey Feldman thinks it's like an actual living thing that's like cute and cuddly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He really
But
but
sells
then
it
he's
well.
also like a teenage boy, and he goes and he's like, "All right, well that's cool."
he,
and
he like
starts reading
he
the
just like
comic.
forgets about it 5 minutes
Yeah,
later.
he's got the 3D comic, bro.
yeah, yeah.
This is way cooler.
Yeah.
No, it's awesome. Really. Really.
I thought
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
awesome.
Really? Yeah, really. Yeah.
I felt like everybody underreacted to the mogwai, like maybe at the beginning the dad that buys him and he's like, I gotta have him,
right.
but like when
Mogwai
he
not for
shows,
sale. Yeah.
they're just like, what is it? Like, wow, he's cool.
yeah.
But like I'm like, dude, you guys got like an alien thing. Like
Yeah.
nobody's ever seen this before. Why is
Yeah.
anybody like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and then they're
sheriffs
just
were
like,
digging
"Oh,
him.
Yeah.
what's that?
The
Yeah.
sheriffs.
Yeah,
They were hanging out with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
he's real patriotic, huh?
Yeah, I think he's got the little American flag. That was funny.
I gotta
Yeah.
make that my desktop background.
Yes,
Gizmo
yes.
with the flag.
That's hilarious.
I loved when they get wet at the first and like the 5 pop out and it's like the little balls that look like little
Yeah.
I don't even know
Adorable.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they like grow. It's
Yeah.
like creepy but
Yep.
cute.
I was wondering how they did that effect, and I saw that it was just a balloon. They were just blowing up a balloon
that's
with
cool.
fur
Oh,
attached to it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That makes sense. That's cool.
Wrap it in fur or something.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
yeah. No, that was good effects and just like still creepy though. The way
Yeah.
it like comes out of his back,
Oh, definitely.
Gizmo.
Yeah.
And then they're all mean and shit.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
so funny. Like
Look, that one's got a stripe.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
got a cute little stripe on his head.
before they're like turn into gremlins, they're cracking me up. Like when they were still mogwai, but they were mischievous.
Yeah.
And they like cut the clock and all that.
Oh God, that's another reason why I think Billy Peltzer is kind of a moron. Because like like he shows his mom the cocoon things, and then
Mhm.
she's like, did you get him wet again? He's like, no. She's like, well, did you feed him after midnight? Well, I gave him some chicken, but and then he goes over and then he looks at it and like it's before midnight, it's before 12 o'clock, but then he realizes that the cord was. He's like, Mom, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It's like they cut the cord. What do you mean? What's going on?
What do you
Like,
think?
yeah.
well,
like,
but Mrs. Deagle, she had it out for the dog. Maybe it was.
Oh,
her
yeah.
she
wrapping the
snuck in
dog
his house
up.
and cut the cord. I don't know about
Cut the
that.
cord
They
and
thought
took the
about that
dog
with
and
the
wrapped
no.
him
They
up.
thought about that with the dog. I can buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she doesn't like the dog.
But that's all the same night.
Why the hell would she go in and cut his clock? That has nothing to do with the dog.
That's true.
I don't
That's
know.
true.
No,
Sometimes I just think Billy Peltzer's kind of an idiot. I like the guy.
but yeah.
He's a nice guy, but sometimes he's just kind of dumb.
Yeah, they were definitely suspicious of Miss Deagle. I don't know about that, but because that was the same night that he finds the dog. They show the clock 3 times too. They show it once when he
Right.
first looks at it, then they show it like later in that night, and he's watching. I think maybe Body Snatchers at that
I think
point.
so.
And then they show the clock, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just the plate, the big giant plate of like fried chicken that he's got. In
The,
his...
shots of them eating it's pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah.
like close ups on the mouth.
Yeah. It's all gross and stuff.
I was just like,
that was
"Ah."
pretty good.
Yeah,
Hmm.
I enjoyed that. That was good.
I was looking up a behind the scenes video, and it was super interesting how they actually worked Gizmo. He,
Mm.
Billy was actually complaining, he had to, because you have to pretend that this is a real creature in front of you.
Right.
He said
Mhm.
he had a hard time doing that because they were running a bunch of wires up his pant leg from the bottom of his like sock, and then out through his sleeve, and he would be holding Gizmo, and they would be working the puppet at the same time. So there was like 4 people on the ground next to him,
Right.
just
Oh,
controlling
tugging.
like the arms or controlling like the eyes,
Yeah.
and
Oh.
it's a crazy picture, but there's like a bunch of wires up underneath Gizmo. It's
Huh.
it's the
Yeah.
weirdest thing you'll ever see.
Never
Yeah.
knew that.
But I know I didn't figure that out until this watch through. Once I watched the behind the scenes, I've always thought it
Yeah,
was
no, they hide
Yeah.
it well.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it's on my Blu-ray, and yeah, I hadn't seen that since until I got it. Yeah, it's very impressive. Very a lot of hard work went into
Yeah.
this movie.
Because there's a lot. It's mostly like puppet work, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah,
um,
there's like one funny shot when they're on the street and it's like stop motion.
yeah,
You know
like
what I'm
Jason
talking
and the
about?
Argonauts or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
When
yeah.
he like when they all come out of the
Yeah,
darkness. That's a
yeah.
cool shot too.
Yeah.
And
I
like,
love that
but
one.
yeah, it feels like super
Yeah,
jerky.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I liked that. Well, because there's so many.
It's like that's probably the only way they could have done that back then.
Yeah, yeah.
They
It's like
s-
Lord of the Rings, second one when all the orcs are walking up. You know, it's a Helm's Deep or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
that, but with gremlins.
Yeah.
You
They
know,
said
20
when they
years
were
previous.
shooting that one, like halfway through the shot, one of the lights went out, and they're like, "We got to start all over again."
Oh wow.
And then I think the director said, "No, it's fine. Keep it in, and we'll just make a sound effect of a rock being thrown at a light post, and we'll make
Oh,
a shattering noise.
that's
and it'll,
awesome.
It'll work."
That's
Perfect.
cool.
And I noticed that
That works perfectly.
Yeah, it worked great.
Yeah, because they're menacing. They're taking everything out. They wouldn't want
Yeah.
light anyway.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
know,
exactly.
they
Well, yeah, that's
operate in
just what they do.
darkness.
They just cause because really, like, what it like, what's the what do you call it? The like the drive of the Gremlins? Like, what's their purpose? It's just to like be mischievous and cause
Yeah.
problems.
Cause
Yeah.
havoc.
That's
yeah.
all they do.
They're
So
like,
that
They
totally
want
works.
to like drink and smoke and
Yeah,
the,
yeah,
the one smoking the 3 cigarettes in the bar is hella funny.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 the ones like hanging on the ceiling fan
Right,
the
yeah.
whole time.
And then you got the Flasher Gremlin, of course.
Yeah, classic.
There's one wearing a ski mask with the gun.
Flasher Gremlin,
Yeah.
that shit was great.
Yeah,
Yeah. And then when
yeah,
she's
yeah.
leaving and he like comes down like a I don't know, reminded me of like an arcade game or something. Like the guy just popping out
Yeah,
the side. He's got the
yeah.
ski mask and
Yes.
the gun.
Speaking, they're playing arcade. They're playing the Star Wars Vector arcade game, which was really
Yeah.
cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
I said, wait a minute, that kind of looks like Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait
that was
a
really cool.
second.
Very neat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot
So
of
many
cool
good moments.
references in this one.
Oh,
yeah.
And I don't even know some of them, like the movie they're watching with the racing movie or whatever, like the 50s.
That one, yeah. I
There's a
don't-
few black and white films that people are watching. I didn't know what the mom was watching in the beginning when
I think
she's like
it's
sad.
it's a Wonderful Life. I think.
Oh,
I
I've never
watched that
seen.
last
I've never
year.
seen it.
It's a
Yeah.
good one. I watched
Yeah.
it last year. Super good.
I
I
think
recommend
we
it.
talked about that. Yeah.
It's
yeah.
a good Christmas movie.
Yeah.
mm. You know the monsters in Scooby Doo, that like they melt in the sunlight. They like explode, but they're
Oh,
big.
the movie.
They're just
yeah,
like
yeah.
yeah, sorry, they're big versions of the Gremlins. I felt like
In a way.
Whoa.
now that
Yeah.
I see the Gremlins more, and that's how I felt anyway. Like I was, these guys remind me of the Scooby Doo monsters that I saw
Yeah.
when I was a kid. You know, like,
Yeah.
and now as an adult, I'm watching Gremlins. What like my parents would have seen as kids.
Right.
Yeah.
Funny to me. It's kind of like the same ideas repeating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
they look good, man. The Gremlins, like
They do.
Mhm.
the close-ups of them, they're like
Yeah.
little goblin things.
Yeah. Yeah. Very very cool design.
Mm-hmm.
Good practical effects.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard that it was a nightmare though, because Gizmo, you would hear like a spring snap, and then like the technician would come over and be like, "Uh-oh," and they'd be betting on set like how much time you think it's gonna take this time, a couple
Damn,
hours.
Probably took a while to shoot and everything.
And it's
Yeah.
amazing because like the movie works so well
Yeah.
regardless of those problems.
Yeah.
You know, like they pulled it off really really well because it's very grand. There's a scene where Billy Peltzer and what's Phoebe Cates' character's name?
Kate.
Kate. Yeah, they're running
Yeah.
down the street. There's like silhouettes of shit going on in like the buildings in the background. It's like a
Yeah.
amusement park ride or something. Like it's just
Yeah.
so well done.
Mhm.
Like great production and creature design and just yeah. Like and then, you know, like it's so funny because it's obviously a movie set, but that works really well for me. because
in this case.
yeah, because it's just like this is obviously a fantasy. They
Mhm.
don't even live. It's called like Kingston Falls. That's obviously not a real place.
Right.
Oh,
like-
they do say the town name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kingston,
Kingston
Falls.
Falls.
Yeah, yeah.
I liked the radio guy too, Rockin'
Oh
Ricky.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's like when the Gremlins like break into his radio station.
Man,
He's
you
like,
guys gotta quit crank calling me, man. I
yeah,
don't
and
know
he's
what
like,
else to
he's like, wait a minute, you're not Rockin' Ricky fan.
Yeah.
He's like, ah!
Yeah, he comes back later too.
Yeah.
I'm still
Oh,
on the air.
Yeah, he said I'm still on the air, and we got the fire hoses. We're gonna turn the hoses.
Yeah,
on
we got the
'em.
Marine,
Yeah.
we got
Don't
the
worry,
National
boys.
Guard outside or something.
I liked hearing
yeah.
that. Like, no.
Yeah.
But-
Yeah,
They never get to.
right.
Because he blows them all up in the what building was that?
The movie theater.
The movie theater. Right,
Yeah,
right.
that's right. He blows
Yeah,
up the movie
Stripe goes
theater.
out to get popcorn, and it's all gone, and he's like, candy.
Yeah, yeah.
Stripe's so classic.
Speaking of the water thing, do you guys want to talk about the? We already talked a little bit about the
Spilling
the
water
Freedom
on him.
After Midnight, but yeah, the bright light and the water. Because one thing about the water that I think is interesting, I didn't actually notice this. I've heard people talk about it. They're walking around snow the whole movie,
Hmm?
and snow's water.
Oh.
So why doesn't that?
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
think
I
of
mean, you
the
know,
matter state.
again, you have to suspend your disbelief, but it's like that's
Yeah.
kind of that's an interesting point.
Yeah, there's like liquor and beer they're throwing all over themselves.
That's a
but I
good point
guess it's
too, which
not
is water,
Yeah. Yeah.
water based. Maybe the alcohol dilutes the.
If there's
maybe-
like fog and mist.
yeah, it was
It's
or a humid day.
Yeah.
you know.
Good thing this wasn't in Florida.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, you know, it's just that's just kind of the nitpicky,
Yeah.
the nitpicky people.
When Billy took Gizmo to the science lab and he did the single drop,
Hmm.
and then just one pops out.
Yeah.
That one got another aw from my girlfriend
Oh,
because
that's
they're
funny.
sitting there knocking on the boxes. Hello.
I thought that was
hello."
hilarious
funny.
because they look
Hello.
super mischievous.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
like, they're already like, hey, buddy, you in there? And the other guy's
Yeah.
like, I'm right here, you know?
Yep.
Yeah, they were ready to F some stuff up.
Oh yeah.
And then they go into the cocoon phase after they eat. Those were cool pods.
Yeah.
Oh, and the professor, he's like clipping the cage open.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is this? This is the pupil stage?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
And
a
like
cool
Corey Feldman's there hanging out with him.
clip. Yeah, Corey Feldman, wasn't he trying to talk to him? Was that him? And he's like, I got to tell you something, Professor. And Professor's like, not now, not now. And he's like, ushering
Maybe.
everybody out,
Yeah. Maybe.
you know?
Yeah. That's that when they're watching that video or not
Like the
it's
bird
film.
hearts and stuff.
Yeah. This is Mr. Bird's heart.
Yeah.
And all that stuff, and it shows like the heart valves and everything.
That's
Was
what I
that
thought
when
that-
he's like kind of getting him out of there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because Corey
the bell
Feldman's in his
rings.
class.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it opens up and he tries to usher all the kids out real quick.
Right,
And then he's in there and it's
That's
dark.
right,
And then the
that's
projector
right,
comes
yeah.
back on. And
Yeah.
that's when he's like searching. Like it's all red imagery, you know?
Yeah,
That was a good scene there. Yeah, finding him is pretty funny with just the needle in his butt. He's like all sprawled out.
Yeah. yeah,
I like that actor. He was pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. I do
Come
too.
on, buddy. I got you a candy bar.
Yeah,
You're not still upset
yeah,
about those
yeah.
tests. are
Yeah,
you?"
I didn't really buy him as a teacher though. Like when he's like walking around looking, I just had this moment. I was just like imagining myself in a movie, like supposing to be a teacher, and I'm like, nobody would ever see me as a teacher.
yeah.
And like that guy's like tie was kind of loose and all this stuff.
Yeah,
But you know, of course, he had been up since 2:30 or whatever studying.
That's true.
right.
Mogwai.
Yeah.
You talked about the water. I really like the scene where he jumps into the pool at the YMCA.
The YMCA.
Yeah, that was sick.
It almost looks when he jumps in, he's like holding his nose. I don't know if it's just the way the puppets.
No, I think he
position.
is. He, like,
holding
cannonball holds his nose.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought that. I never noticed that before. Oh, that was cool. That's a great scene too when the pool's all fogging up or
Yep.
steaming up and like the light, it's a green
It's
light and then it's like
bubbling.
flashing too. That's a great
Yeah.
shot as well. Then it's just like, oh no, shit's not gonna be good now.
The
Yes.
soundtrack's going off.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they like zoom out and it's like shows the whole pool area and you just like get the F out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And then I think after that, is that when the mom has her little moment?
Might have been
Before that,
It's before
'cause
that?
Stripe
because
had to
Stripe,
escape.
yeah, he's like looking at them all. He turns and like looks at them all and then just dips out the window.
Okay. Huh.
But yeah, the mom, she had a great moment. Like that was like a slasher movie, you know? She picked up the
Yeah.
knife and she's like walking with it. Oh, and by the way, later she picks up two knives and's like dual wielding them. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, you know, like
um,
this movie had some girl power in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I
She's
like
badass.
so she goes up she goes up to the attic cuz I think Billy tells her to. And then I think
he
she
says,
realizes
"Mom, get
she
out of the
hears.
house."
or maybe Yeah, but
she
she
hears,
goes.
and then when she's up in the attic, she answers the phone. She says,
Yeah,
she's
okay.
like,
Yeah, okay. And then the record player starts, which is I always like that. Do you hear what I hear?
That's great.
And I like when she turns like, "Do you see what I do?"
Yeah.
So nice. One thing I never noticed is when she goes to the record player, like on the record and I think the stereo set next to it, there's like Gremlin footprints
Oh, I didn't
Yeah,
notice that.
yeah,
on
right there.
them.
The
That
little
was
claw
cool.
mark things.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see, they have a lot of footprints. You know, falls them through the snow and all that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But yeah, she stabs one to death because it's like I think it's like it's eating the cookies. It's eating the gingerbread man or something.
Well, no,
I think that's the one
she sneaks up and blends one.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. And then I
Yeah.
think she stabs one.
Yeah.
That's a great shot, like him turning around, and he's got like the gingerbread cookie, and like the orange filling is kind of like all over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the one I think. Yeah, she sneaks and like pushes into the blender.
Yes.
And then you're right. I think she stabs the next one, and then
Yeah.
the third one into the microwave. Or
Dude, the
something like that?
Yeah.
microwave kill. Love
There's
that.
a rumor that the urban legend of like people putting dogs in their microwaves came from this movie from that scene.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
if that's it might
That's
have been an urban legend before, but
Yeah.
But after she gets all 3 kills, my girlfriend says, "Wait, why'd she do that? They didn't do anything." And you got to realize the first gremlin's just sitting there going nom nom chowing.
True.
And then she tosses him in the blender and kills
Yeah.
him.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
She didn't
Yeah.
know. Well, she was right, but she didn't
Yeah,
know.
she was right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
mean,
then the other one starts throwing stuff at her.
It's 'cause
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. And she's like, it's throwing plates and stuff at her, and she's kind of using a shield
yeah,
Yeah, like a
to
little table or
protect
something.
her. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That
But-
was cool.
that whole scene's great. What was the fourth kill?
Well, she goes
Oh.
into the living room, and it's a good bait and switch. She's looking at the stocking on the chimney, and it's like it turns out to be a toy.
Yeah.
And then she backs up into the tree, and then there's a gremlin in the tree.
Yeah,
The
right.
red eyes are coming
Yeah,
through the tree. That was
yeah,
cool.
Yeah.
yeah. That was a really good shot. And then
Great
Billy,
idea.
Billy comes in, and
Great use of Christmas.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Billy stabs him with one of those swords, the one that fell
the one that
earlier.
keeps falling. That was a funny gag.
the Chekhov
Every-
sword.
Every time like someone walks in, yeah, the
The sword falls. They
the
gotta put
sword
it back.
falls. And even you don't even see it. Sometimes you just hear someone walk in and you hear it's like crunk, ding, and then
That's
putting
funny.
it back
I didn't
up.
notice that.
Yeah.
That's the dad's entrance. Duck those with bows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah.
Ching.
I love how much they love him and like all his inventions and
I know.
Those
Yeah,
crazy,
none of them
wacky-
really work. The only one
Yeah.
that seemed to work was the blender. It blended the gremlin.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's cute. Like they still use it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but like you can see them like bracing themselves before. I was like, why don't you just crack the egg?
Yeah, I know. And the orange juice one, I was like, well, it worked yesterday
Yeah.
or something. Yeah.
The orange juice one, like he puts it in and all that juice comes out. It reminds me of, man, I can't think of what it's from, but like something, and then everything just like catches on fire, like it like tips over and like explodes into flames. You know, just the over the top.
Yeah.
Like these machines literally are like they don't just not work. They like they're always a disaster.
For
Yeah.
real.
Shooting out some kind of liquid.
Yeah.
I like how the mom's making coffee in the coffee machine, and she like says, "I don't think we're gonna be able to drink this," and she just like starts cracking up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so goofy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
He's
think
like,
about
nah,
trying.
this is good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
That's
fun.
funny. He knows, you know. It's like he's self-aware, but he's still trying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an endearing character. The dad.
Which I love the dad. He actually looks a lot like my grandpa. And
Oh,
my
wow.
grandpa actually used to invent stuff too.
Oh,
in his
wow.
garage.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
he
That's-
tried making
that's
a
awesome.
cotton candy machine back in the day.
Wow.
And then later on, of course, they came out on all the shelves. He didn't.
Oh,
he didn't
wow.
make it.
That's a bummer.
he didn't.
That's
make it
cool
work.
though.
It's a different
Yeah.
version.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
The idea was stolen.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He even had like the deep voice like him too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Jack the holes.
But yeah,
He
so
was like a
random.
musician.
Really?
I looked him up. His
That
name's
character?
Hoyt Axton. Yeah, he was a musician mainly. Because I've never seen him in another movie. I don't think.
No. He reminded me of this guy. I think his name's Richard Berry. Maybe he's like a British guy. He was in that show Dark Place I showed you guys. He's like the one that talks with like the deep voice.
Oh yeah. He's in the What We Do in the Shadows
yeah,
show.
he is. He
Yeah,
has a
my
very
mom and brother been
distinct,
watching that.
like
He does.
speech pattern
Yes,
and everything.
Yeah,
And anyway, this guy, like, I felt like could have been his dad or something, you know, but he's American.
that's funny.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what you reminded me of. No,
Or
good.
he's selling the gas station dude the smokeless ashtray.
I don't
Yeah.
get that. What aren't all ashtrays smokeless? Like, what does that mean?
It looked like it was covered, maybe. And
Yeah,
like,
but-
he dropped it in, and it
But
doesn't.
when you isn't it the point of an well, ashtrays don't smell. You just put your ash in it. I've never understood that.
It's hilarious because then the gas station guy is sitting there coughing and letting out all the
Yeah,
smoke.
that's
tons
right.
And tons
That's
of smoke.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like at the end too when he's like, I got something for you. He's like, smokeless ashtray. He's like,
Yeah.
how'd you know that? Man at gas station tried to sell me.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
just like, oh shit.
That was pretty. And he takes it too. I think he's like, thank you.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah.
He's also working on like a electric hammer after Barney the dog gets freed from
Yeah,
Melissa.
and then there's like some weird ass fly swatter thing or
I
something.
kind of
Yeah.
want to try
Yeah.
that one.
The
See
Yeah.
if it
fly,
would
like the
actually
4
work.
fly swatters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just like got a fly flying around and you just hold it out.
just disintegrate the fly.
Like what's that Star Wars character with all the arms?
General Grievous.
Yeah.
Oh
But
man,
with fly
that's
swatters.
funny.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I think a lot of the point maybe of like the smokeless ashtray is to show like a lot of his inventions are somewhat pointless, like
Yeah.
unneeded and
Yeah.
yeah.
That's one thing too. It's like, how do these people
never
live
work.
here? Like, how do they like? Do you really make enough money off of this shit?
they mention how they're struggling.
Yeah, I think because Miss Deagle's like putting everyone out. Like, I don't get like it's like Miss Deagle rules the town or something.
Yeah,
Remember
I
when
don't know.
like the mom and her kids are talking to her and everything?
And
Yeah,
then they're all like, "Mommy, I'm
She's
hungry."
like, me too.
that's what made me feel
I
like
am
a
too.
Christmas Carol. You know,
Yeah.
Scrooge.
Yeah.
She was like, well, like, and then she says something about like freeloaders and like looks at the kids. You know,
Yeah,
she's just
yeah.
like, you should be working.
Yeah, she's like, now you know what to ask for Santa for Christmas. Or
Yeah.
something like that.
He says, my business's purpose and my purpose are the same, to make money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, okay, you got her
Yeah.
character pretty quick, you know.
Yep.
She literally tells you what she's about. I make money.
Yeah. In
Yeah.
her house, all of her cats are named after currency.
I caught that because I looked up Drechna or whatever it is. And
Yeah.
it's like it used to be the Greek currency. Something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
then one of them's just straight up dollar bill.
Yeah, old dollar bill was the third
Yeah.
one. That's
Yeah.
another. That's why I think like they kind of just like hammer things sometimes, like in this movie, like
Mhm.
not in a bad way necessarily, but like you sort of understand what's happening.
Yeah.
It's like subtle, and then they'll come in with just like, you know, firmly like say it. Like if you don't know what a drachna is, or I think the other one's like a ruble or something like
Ruble,
that.
yeah, something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
And like that, that's when I caught like, oh, I think that's a money, and I looked up drachna, and then just as I'm like looking it up, she's like an old dollar bill.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
That's
This-
one thing too about her character is like she's just this sad old woman in her house with a bunch of cats.
Yeah, she's sweet to her cats.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that makes sense why she hates the dog too.
Yeah.
Because she's a cat
Yeah.
lady.
Yeah.
True, yeah. But yeah, she's got that really long staircase. And that was
Love it.
cracking me up,
Yep.
her death
Yep.
scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
She literally just gets yeeted out the window.
Anytime
Yeah.
I see those on somebody's staircase, that's all I think of is the Gremlins. The elevator.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Yeah, that's a pretty wild scene. Yeah, because like she thinks the carolers outside, so she's gonna go throw water on them,
Yeah.
and then she realizes that they're gremlins.
She starts
then-
freaking out.
yeah.
They're coming for
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like, I'm not ready to go. Yeah, it's like
I'm
what do you
not
think
ready.
these things are.
Trying to go up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the gremlins caroling. You know?
Yeah.
They like cut to them and they're like,
Yeah, they're all
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
"Ooh."
yeah. And then yeah, they screw up her little chair elevator thing, and then it goes flying out the window.
Yeah.
That's one thing I never realized until this watch through is that's their superpower too, is exactly what his neighbor is saying when he's working on his truck. He's like, foreign pots, gremlins,
Yeah.
you gotta watch out. They'll put foreign pots in machines and
Yeah.
ruin it. And that's exactly what the gremlins are doing. They're cutting brakes on the cop cars.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's
They're,
right. They're
sabotaging your lift.
screwing up the traffic lights.
Yeah.
You just hear the car crash happen.
Yeah, I loved how like they just know how to do everything.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
I was thinking when they put the record on, like, man, if I didn't know how to work like a record, I would never know exactly like where to put the needle, and you know, you would think a gremlin would like smash it or something.
Right. Yeah.
But the gremlins, no, they're just there to cause trouble. You know,
yeah,
they're in your
'cause
record
it's
player.
mischief.
Yeah.
A mischief. Yeah.
So they're playing on that idea
Yeah.
of foreign parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we talk about his scene with his wife?
Oh yeah. The snowplow.
They get the Kentucky Harvester and plow through the house.
Yeah. I love that like it happens in sections too. It's like, you know, their little porch thing gets blown through, and then like the wall gets blown through. They keep moving back and back before they're just like trapped in the corner.
Yeah.
And then they show like they cut to like the gremlin driving, and you could see him like hit and stop.
Yeah.
Kind of good jerk.
Yeah.
But
I like how he's like, there's a gremlin in my cab.
Yeah.
There's a gremlin. It's like, he's like,
real life
he's like,
gremlin.
see, I told you.
Yeah.
There's a gremlin in my cab.
That might be a
Yeah.
Seinfeld ending or something.
yeah. Somebody's got to edit that, like when the gremlin hits. Yeah, it's like executive producer Larry David. It just freezes on him.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
It could be
Jesus
Gizmo's
Christ.
theme, but like the bass, you know.
Or just, I guess the song's
Yeah.
playing during that
Yeah.
scene, which is perfect.
That'd be fun to edit.
Yeah. Oh god.
It's
Yeah.
a real gremlin.
Yeah, and I think they clarify later on because they obviously don't die. They show up in the second one, but it's not. I think they say like and the Futtermans are they're at the hospital getting taken care of, something like that.
They might have
From what
say that
I think
in this
so.
one.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
There's a lot of quick like dialogue and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, I think
Wrapping it
the
up.
sheriff got the report or something. Wait, what?
Yeah, the Futtermans. Something about a snowplow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like the sheriff's office too, is because they're already drinking and getting ready
Right.
for that quiet Christmas night,
Mm-hmm.
and then they're like, "Oh yeah, sure, kid, sure, we believe you."
Yeah, he's drunk.
Yeah.
I'm not drunk.
They're drunk.
One of the guys is on Breaking Bad. Forget.
Oh
his
yeah,
name.
Hank.
Yeah. Is it? No, not Hank.
Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike.
Yeah. Very young.
I was looking at him like, is that him
Yeah.
with hair?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike Ehrmantraut. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun seeing like familiar actors.
Yeah.
Younger.
Yeah.
This is what you were doing when you were young.
What do you guys think of Judge Reinhold's character, the close talker?
I liked him a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was just so douchey. And like it's like I kind of got the feeling maybe they were friends before, cuz what does he say, like something Jer, and he's like, my name is Gerald, like call me Gerald,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So
Yeah.
it kind of like insinuates some familiarity, like maybe they grew up together, but now, Gerald wants to be vice president of the bank or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like a yuppie.
Yeah.
He's bought into the 80s yuppiness.
Yeah, he sold out. I didn't
Yeah.
sell out, I bought in. That's SLC Punk, I think.
Yeah. That's a good movie.
Yeah, no, I liked him a lot. I just liked how straight up like douchey he was, and like he was just basically making fun of him. He was like, "I would have fired you."
Yeah.
And he really means it.
You would have been applying for unemployment this afternoon if I
Yeah.
were in charge, something like that.
They don't
Yeah.
ever show him getting killed by gremlins.
See,
do
that's
they?
why I bring it up. He just disappears.
Oh yeah.
But they actually did film him. There's a cut scene when they go into the bank. He's like locked himself up in the bank.
Oh.
I could see
Yeah.
that. I thought they were gonna
He's
do
like in
something
the
with the
he's
bank
like
vault
he's
or
like in the
something.
bank vault. Yeah,
Oh,
just hanging out there
Yeah,
to protect
'Cause-
himself from the gremlins.
because it was his workplace. And
right.
Stuff.
Yeah, and
You know, like when he's like, "Oh, they all went somewhere dark," and I was thinking of places dark, and before I thought movie theater, I thought of like the bank vault,
Yeah.
and just like the gremlins like tearing up the money,
Yeah.
smoking cigars or something. But
but they cut it out. I guess they figured, no one cares. He went to go pleasure
True.
himself to Phoebe Cates.
yeah,
And every
Yeah.
time I bring that up, everyone's like, "Oh, they just think I'm making a crass joke." It's what he does in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. She walks in on him jerking off.
Oh my
see?
It's
God.
like I'm crass already, but it's like there's a point to that joke. They
yeah,
were both in Fast Times at Ridgemont High. It's the best scene
Yeah,
in the
and
movie
it's-
when she walks out of the pool naked.
it's relevant too because he tries to get at her.
Yeah.
Oh, I
like,
like when he's
fuck
like,
off.
"Hey, Kate, you haven't seen my new apartment. Haven't seen your old apartment." That's good. Let's get back and
That
forth.
was-
Yeah. Fail.
Why don't you come over and have dinner tomorrow night?
I like the other short little gag when one of the civilians is trying to put mail in the mailbox.
Oh yeah,
and they
that's
just spit
yeah.
the mail back out.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's
no,
good.
that's hilarious because it's like the preacher or whatever, and it spits it out at him, and the other guy walks up and he's like submitting a letter to the guy that's walking up, and he's like, yeah, and he's like, be my guest. He's
Yeah,
like, he stands
yeah,
back and
yeah.
like watches see what
Yeah,
happens.
yeah.
His arm gets grabbed.
Yeah,
and it's just so
yeah.
funny to me because it's the priest or whatever is
Right,
like literally
right.
throwing somebody
Yeah,
else.
that's right.
Yeah.
Throwing them to the wolves.
It's, just to keep the Seinfeld theme going, it's George Costanza like throwing the kids out of the way, out of the burning building.
Oh God, yeah.
That's the preacher, man. He's like, be my guest.
That's hilarious.
I believe he says.
Spielberg, he said that his favorite scene in the movie is the bar scene because you have like that jazzy kind of guy do up do.
Dude, that was
Yeah.
so funny. What
Yeah.
was that? Like, I felt like I
Yeah.
was tripping acid or something.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
The bar scene, they're just like going through, and yeah, he's just in the corner, like smoking. And it's,
He's
like
like
the
Humphrey
jazz music.
Bogart in Casablanca. He's just like
Yeah.
kind of like, you know, just well, like he's like in his own sorrow. And then the little hand puppet comes.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? Come
And
on.
it's the other gremlin. He's
Yeah, he's like
like,
trying to cheer him up or something. Yeah,
oh,
So
see, I
funny.
didn't notice that. I'm just like, what is happening here?
yeah.
But I was dying laughing the whole time.
The thing about that scene is like I think like that scene is just like the whole second movie encapsulated for the most part.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
the second movie is just like chaos, just
Yeah.
fucking everywhere. I mean, it is in this movie too, but like a lot of like the shit in the bar.
You get way more personality from the Gremlins too, because they all have different powers. Some of them can fly. Some of
Right.
them are super smart.
Some are spiders,
Yeah.
some are women.
Yeah, I love Gremlins too. I want to rewatch it. I only started the first like couple minutes where they're introducing.
I didn't
Here's one.
rewatch it because I think that film warrants its own episode for us
I
personally.
agree. I
don't.
agree.
Yeah, I'd rather just talk about it like how we're talking about this one.
Okay, cool.
Personally, that's just
But that was not a Christmas movie as much.
yeah.
More of like a capitalism film, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, very much so. A lot of like Donald Trump because like the character Clamp is like a Donald Trump character
Yeah,
in a
definitely.
way. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really I like that sequel a lot. I know some people don't like it, but I like it a lot.
No, that's like that and Terminator 2 are two fantastic sequels.
Yeah, I like so like there's like a Flashdance reference.
Oh, the
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was out of nowhere.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's why man, I gotta see Gremlins too, because if that's what it all is, like chaos.
Have you
condensed-
ever seen Gremlins 2?
No.
So I just told Carlos, I think that warrants its own episode. I think we
yeah.
could have a lot to talk about that one.
Yeah, but the Flashdance is right after the jazz guy, I think, right?
Yeah.
So it's like just one
Yeah.
after another.
Yeah. Do you think that dates the movie? I've never even seen Flashdance. I just know the.
Yeah. I don't think it.
He's
I
a
don't know.
maniac. That's the only thing I know about that movie.
The pink, like, what? They're not socks, but they're like
Leg warmers. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of stuff sort of dates the movie, but not in a bad way, really. It's like it just kind of encapsulates its era, sort of, but doesn't mean like you can't watch it anymore or anything. There'll
No,
probably be in the future, like, yeah, people don't understand the reference, but there's a lot of
I
references.
think maybe just be like, oh, 80s.
Yeah, but exactly,
80s,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's like that.
Because that was a big hit. Like that was a big movie at the time. I think that's why they
Mm.
included it.
Mm.
Hey, Flashdance. You saw that movie, right?
Yeah.
You kids saw that movie? Yeah.
Yeah, it felt a little like there's just a lot of satire in this one.
Yeah.
A lot they make fun of a lot of the movie things, tropes and things, and references all over the place. I like it. I saw somebody described it as like Joe Dante likes to doodle in the margins of his movie, so like everything's going, but like all the
okay.
while in the background there's all these gags. And
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah. Love Joe Dante's work.
I was gonna yeah, he's almost like a forgotten filmmaker in certain ways. Gremlins isn't forgotten, but it's like he made other Gremlin, you know, I think my favorite movie of his is The Burbs,
Yeah.
which I think is
Ooh.
a very forgotten movie,
Mhm.
which is a shame. But yeah, I mean The Howling's a great movie, Piranha's a good movie.
Small Soldiers.
Small Soldiers, I need to rewatch that again because I remember even as a kid being like, I don't really get what this is. Like, is it an action movie? Is it a kids movie?
Dark comedy too.
It's almost like Gremlins again,
Yeah.
in a way.
There's
you know?
actually a kill in Small Soldiers where one of the soldiers gets like spun around, just like the gremlin in the bar on
Right,
Yeah.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah. Is it like the garbage disposal or something?
yeah, it's either the
Oh.
yeah, that's right, and then he like crawls out with no legs. And stuff.
Yeah,
And then like the Toy Story moment too, where one of them's
That's-
like hanging on the back.
that's right. There's a lot of Toy Story-ness in Small Soldiers also.
Yeah, the Small Soldiers is what, like 2000 or something, 99. 98?
Yeah, I think like late 90s,
Yeah,
I want to say.
so it's around the same time. Toy Story's 95, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, I think toys but yeah, I could see how it's kind of like a Gremlins spiritual.
I think they just went to
successor
Joe
or something.
Dante. It's like, you just do Gremlins again, but
Yeah.
Toy Story was big. You make it maybe Toy
Try like Toy Story. They have to be
Yeah.
toys. We have to be able to market these.
Yeah,
guys.
we gotta
I had-
sell.
I
Yeah,
had the Small Soldiers.
dude, I always wanted them. I was too busy playing my Jurassic Park and Star Wars
Mm.
toys. There was no room for Small Soldiers, but I always wanted them.
Couldn't
They look
handle
so fucking cool.
Yeah.
Played
Yeah,
I played the demo disc on the PlayStation 1 for the video game.
Oh, there was a video game.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Never played the actual game though.
Carlos, you ever seen The Burbs?
A long time ago. I don't remember enjoying it that much.
I think
Maybe now that I'm older.
one of these days, I think we should do that for this. What do you think?
The
Ryan?
Burbs?
Is
Yeah,
that
what
with
do you
Tom
think?
Hanks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Corey-
I
Corey-
watched the trailer for The Burbs last night, and it's funny. They say like Tom Hanks is like a suburban guy, like blah blah blah. They just don't even give him a name in the trailer. They just like
Oh, that's funny.
Tom Hanks.
Well, I think because like back then, I guess we're going off topic. I apologize, but back then he wasn't Tom Hanks. He was just like, oh yeah, he was in Big.
Yeah,
I think that he was in Big and Splash, and like that's about it. He definitely wasn't the Tom Hanks nowadays.
I like that movie Big. That's a
Is
good one.
Big a
Yeah.
Christmas movie?
No, because it doesn't. In my opinion, no. It doesn't. The plot is not revolved around.
Yeah,
That's my argument.
I can't
for
really
Die Hard.
remember
Die Hard
Big.
plot revolves.
Well, but The Burbs, they have that moment where what's his neighbor's name, or at least the
Which one?
the actor, the kind of goofy one,
Is it John Candy? Is he?
No,
No,
it-
he's kind of almost like John.
Yeah.
He's like
like a skinny
like
John Candy, but
John Candy light.
yeah, I know him from other stuff. I just
He's
can't
been
think
in
of his name
stuff,
or anything.
yeah.
Yeah,
He shows up in Gremlins too. I guess Joe Dante
Mm.
put him in Gremlins too. Which
Yeah.
I think came out after The Burbs.
yeah. See, Joe Dante's got like a repeating cast of some people
Yeah,
that he-
I think that's cool.
supporting actors and stuff. Yeah, I like when directors do that.
Yeah.
But there's a moment where they find, I think, the dog's bone or something, or like a person.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and they're like,
That's
"That
so-
is Wilson" or whatever,
It's
and
like,
it's like,
this is Walter. Like
yeah, the
We
camera
should
like
watch it,
zooming
man.
in
Carl,
and out. So
we should one of these days. We don't have to do it anytime soon, but one of these days, I'm gonna be a proponent of The Burbs.
Okay.
The Burbs is a good one.
I'm gonna write
But-
it down.
My
But
favorite.
that-
My personal. I don't think it's his best, but it's my favorite.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
Gremlins might be like his
Gremlins is probably
best,
his best.
if you look at it like
When
traditionally.
Joe Dante passes away, that's the movie he's gonna be remembered
Yeah.
for by far.
But yeah, there's the best, and then there's your favorite, and I think
Yeah.
Burbs might be my favorite. It's just off the wall goofy, and that scene where like it zooms in and out on them. It's like the camera's shaking, and they're like,
It's like
"Whoa."
zooming in and out.
That's kind of like I don't know what to describe that as, but that like mood, that type of thing that inspires, that's kind of like most Joe Dante movies.
horror.
like-
It's like the horror comedy, like this in a way.
yeah, exactly. So that's
It's
what
like
that's like the
kind of
vibe I get
scary,
from
but at the same
Gremlins.
time, it's so goofy. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, you can't really be like, it's like a scary idea, but then they're kind of like making light of it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I,
and that,
I like those vibes.
Yeah.
and and that's totally Gremlins as well. So I just had a lot of fun watching this movie.
Same. Do you guys, since we were talking about Judge Reinhold in the bank being cut, do you want to talk about the bank and Phoebe Cates' little story in the bank?
What does she tell the story in the bank? I can't remember.
You don't remember what she says in the bank?
I think
No.
that's like right before they blow up the theater, right?
Yeah. You remember what she says in the bank?
Oh,
right?
is that about her dad and all
Yeah,
that?
yeah,
oh, I
yeah.
forgot they were at the
Yeah,
bank.
they're
I
in the
thought they were
bank when she's-
outside for
no,
that scene.
They're in the bank when she says
The bank.
because
so
it's
this
already
is-
established she doesn't like Christmas.
Yeah.
What are you, Hindu? No, I just don't like. She's like, what? You know, God, like they treat you like a leper if you say you don't like Christmas.
Yeah.
Say anything bad about Thanksgiving or
Washington's
Lincoln.
birthday.
Yeah, and which
Yeah.
they make fun of that in the second movie too.
Really?
They make fun of it. She's like, oh, don't bring up Abraham Lincoln. I had a bad instance on Abraham. And then like Zach Galligan's just like, okay, honey, we know. Like, they make fun. It's so funny, dude. Like,
Yeah.
the meta humor
Mhm.
in the second one, which meta humor wasn't even a thing back then. Like, it's pretty ahead of its time.
Yeah, that's not
In
a
my opinion.
90s thing. That's right though. The bank conversation afterwards, after everything started to go to hell. Yeah, they have their little talk. What exactly does she say? About
She starts out like, no, I just have another reason to not like Christmas.
Right.
He's probably like the greasy stage, like, drop it with the Christmas crap. And if you think you're gonna tear me a new asshole, you're making a big mistake. Yeah, and then she
It's the craziest speech.
yeah,
Mhm.
In
yeah.
the middle of a nice kids Gremlins
Yep.
movie,
yeah,
when they're doing like Looney Tunes shit, she just drops like the craziest story.
yeah. It's like how did they come up with, I guess Chris Columbus came up with that.
Mhm.
And it fits with the original script. Because again, the mom gets her head cut off by the gremlins and it like rolls down the stairs.
Jesus.
And like I forgot how they killed the dog. But yeah, it's like it's very of that nature of her speech of just like dark, really dark shit.
Yeah. People opening presents. Some people are opening. their
Yeah,
wrists.
and that's probably a holdover as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Spielberg said he wanted to cut this scene
Yeah.
Oh
'cause
man.
it's
Yeah.
too dark. And
I'm glad they didn't though, because it's
Yeah.
just like it's not needed, but at the same time, it just makes it so unique. It's like, well, what? Like,
Yeah, it was very abrupt, like you said, just in the middle of all this like kind of zany chaos.
yeah,
You know?
yeah. And then so the story
did-
is that like her dad dressed up as Santa Claus and went down their chimney to deliver the presents, and obviously that's not gonna end well. There's a reason why Santa Claus is a mythical figure and can go down chimneys. And yeah, he falls and he breaks his neck. And they don't realize it until a few days later. She goes to light a fire and she notices a smell. And so the fire department come and they were expected. I like just the way she says it, just so you buy it. It's just like, I thought they were gonna pull out a dead cat or a bird, but instead they pulled out my father with a bunch of presents. And he was gonna deliver presents dressed as Santa Claus.
Yeah,
And that's how I found out there was no Santa Claus. It's like, oh my god.
Jesus.
he was dressed as Santa Claus.
Yeah.
It's hella
Yeah.
weak.
And
I was
it's funny.
dying
Gizmo
laughing.
reacts to it. There's like
Oh,
shots
yeah.
of Gizmo reacting to the story.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a pretty
Insane.
pretty wild story.
You got Christmas carolers. You got a story about Christmas of the past.
Yeah.
About dads dying on
Ghosts
Christmas.
of Christmas Past.
This
back
is
that
a
one.
Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Love it.
This is how you do a Christmas.
This is how you do a Christmas movie.
Think should we talk about like favorite moments or characters?
Sure. Down for
Jump into that section
that.
of the show.
Yeah, I'm down for that for sure.
Yeah. Where should we start? Characters, caricatures.
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Anybody jump out to you from the start? Like
The dad.
yeah.
Right away, the dad is funny, fun, lovable guy, I think.
Yeah.
The
The catalyst for all of it too.
True.
Gets
Yeah.
mogwai.
Yeah. I like it. Yeah, I don't really know if I have a favorite character in this movie. I like the dad though.
They're all pretty good.
They are,
Yeah,
that's
everybody has
and
their
that's
own
why it's just like it's not that I
personality.
don't like anybody. I do. It's just that's what's tough. They're all
Yeah.
really
Even the townspeople, like the people checking the mailbox, those guys
Yeah.
have a lot of personality.
Yeah.
He has the pipe in his mouth.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes,
Good.
Yeah,
Stuck.
they all pop up a few times too.
right.
I think maybe you had talked about earlier like the xenophobic guy. He's just like standing outside
Futterman?
the bank. Maybe it's just to show like that it's a small
It-
town.
that's a good point
Yeah.
too.
you know,
Yeah,
it's all the same people you see.
yeah.
Because I think the people in the bank, even some of them like in the long line,
The
are the same.
Yeah, the guy who kind of just reacts to Miss Deagle and the dog torture. He's just like, that'll do it. Like
Yeah.
he's the one who gets his hand caught in the mailbox.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He just gets shunted aside by her.
Yeah.
The mom's
I need to pause this.
badass. She has a badass.
The
so
mom's
feisty.
mom's
Mhm.
great.
The teacher, I thought he was great.
Yeah.
Suspenseful.
I like
scene.
Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman's great.
I even like Mr. Futterman. I like the Futtermans, even though the Futterman's kind of like, it's because it's like you can tell he likes Bill. And when he's drunk and Kate's walking him out, he's like, he's like, whoo, into his
Yeah.
beer bottle. Like, he's just, it's like, he's
He
not
lost
a
his job
bad.
at the factory.
That's right.
recently.
That's right. Is that why he's getting drunk?
I think so.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's
somebody
right.
says. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he's xenophobic, but at the same time, it's like I'd have a beer with him. He's nice to Billy,
Yeah. He offers to help with his car in the morning.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Billy. I like Kate. They're both,
Yeah.
They're pretty good leads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like them.
Yeah, I agree.
And all the gremlins are great too. The mogwai. I mean, the gremlins don't really have their personality. They just have like characters.
It's
main.
main. Well, I
like
think
the
the
Flash
main
of
two,
Gremlin.
the main two are Stripe and Gizmo.
Yeah, exactly. That's like the only two you even I think get names.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Exactly.
But still, they're great. They have like their own personalities to them. Gizmo's cute and cuddly, and when he refuses the chicken, I was like, is Gizmo like a vegetarian or a vegan or something? Because that would be fitting.
That's hilarious.
He was really like, no, I don't want that chicken.
That's funny. I don't even remember that.
And
That's
maybe he
funny.
knew it was after midnight. I kind of feel like, is it implied that like most mogwai are like malicious and kind of like they want to be gremlins, but
Maybe.
Gizmo's maybe special, different?
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
You're not ready.
I'm not.
Yeah, that guy was great.
Not ready for Mogwai.
You know.
Yeah, I like him too.
Yeah, so they just like it's like everybody that comes into this movie is good.
Yeah.
That you're right. It is hard to pick a favorite.
Yeah.
I guess when Spielberg would visit the set, he would always say, "Wait, is Gizmo in the shot? Is Gizmo in the shot?" And that
Yeah.
would like annoy the director.
Mm.
Yeah, I mean he's the marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
exactly.
my I got it from my uncle. I had like a Gizmo doll
Oh, that's cool.
And it looked pretty good too. I don't know when
Yeah.
it was. It might have been
John
from.
has one in his cubicle.
Yeah, that's right. I
Looks
forgot
good.
about that.
They're
Yeah.
pretty big right now. They have a lot of them on the shelves at Target.
Oh yeah.
Oh
I should
wow.
pick one up.
Yeah, that'd be
He's
cool.
so
Yeah,
adorable.
honestly.
Yeah.
I think Gizmo's my favorite character.
Okay. Yeah,
Classic.
that's a very good choice.
Plus, knowing now that he's voiced by Howie Mandel.
Yeah. Yeah, I like him like quoting movies and stuff. I might be wrong, but even at the end, I feel like after he's like, "You teach him to watch TV," I
Yeah.
think he might be saying something like when he's walking
Maybe.
away or something.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
could be. Yeah.
Just the vibe of it.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Who was your favorite role?
I think the character I like laughed the most at was Mrs. Deagle. She was just so
Yeah, I
ridiculous.
forgot about, yeah.
And like she has like her makeup's like big high
Yeah,
eyebrows.
she looks like
and
fucking
she's-
Joan Crawford or something. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And
She does her Wicked Witch of the West thing in
Yeah.
the beginning.
Yeah.
yeah, plus the Scrooge element.
Yeah.
You know, the little mom and the kids are like,
Yeah.
please,
Yeah.
please."
Yeah.
Yeah. Then her death is just hilarious.
That's my favorite.
Yeah.
It's like her, like they show her like in the seat getting
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
screaming.
Yeah.
out the window
Yeah,
into
she,
the snow.
she goes a
like,
decent ways too. She goes out to the
she
street, right?
flies.
Once she
Yeah.
flies out of the window, though, it shows the house, and it's like a 2-story house. But that scene when she's going up the stairs, it's like
It's a while, yeah.
Takes a
four
long
loops
time.
or
It's
something.
a little
Yeah.
bit, yeah.
It's
That's
an
funny.
excessive staircase.
Yeah,
It's
That's
like
funny.
as she was going, she was getting faster and faster.
Yeah.
So it's just
Yeah.
like laughing harder and harder.
accelerating.
So yeah, you know, it's hard to pick a favorite, but in terms of like unique characters, she stands out to me. Mrs. Deagle.
definitely. I
Even
like
the
her.
name, I mean, it's just funny for some reason. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say one, Ian?
I don't. I mean, I
You had said the dad.
the dad.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he's
guess I go
awesome.
with the
I
dad.
like him.
Yeah, the dad's fun.
Yeah.
Apparently, when he's making the phone call from the convention, Spielberg.
I was gonna bring that up when we were talking about scenes.
Oh.
That scene is fantastic.
Yeah.
He like rides by on a weird bike. He's got like a
Oh, was
broken
that
leg.
him?
It's really weird. Yeah.
Okay. I think some other people are in the background too, making
Yeah.
cameos. I don't remember.
There's
who.
Robbie the robot from Forbidden Planet.
What was Robbie talking about on the phone?
It's from the movie. The only reason why I know that is because I just watched Forbidden Planet like the last week or the week
That's
before.
funny.
In the movie, Robbie can like recreate food, and like someone says something about stuff. He's like, "Stuff? What is stuff?" He says that,
Yeah.
and then he also says, "Oh, I know this product. I use it to clean my rust." Like they want him to replicate booze.
Oh.
That's the thing. Joe Dante, like that's like his that's like his favorite stuff. Is like 1950s science fiction.
Huh.
Hence the invasion of the body snatchers.
Yeah.
And then there's a time machine. So you see the time machine. It cuts back to whoever Ram Peltzer's talking to. It might have been the mom or Billy. And then it cuts back, and the time machine's gone, and everyone's kind of like, "Where'd it go?"
That's
Like,
funny. I didn't even notice
yeah,
that. Background
just
gag.
great gags like that.
Yeah. Yeah, like don't waste any space on the film, you know.
Yeah.
Like, they're just doing the phone scene dialogue, so it's like you could just make it boring like face, or you could, you know, show what's going on in the background. And of course he's at like an inventor's, you know, convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
this is like a perfect time to just
Yeah.
throw all kinds of weird zany stuff in there.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
cinema's
It's
all about
a
for
very
me.
great scene.
Little bonuses in the background. Love
Exactly.
'em.
Yep.
Yep.
So we did favorite characters. Do you have a favorite scene, Roman?
Yeah, definitely the bar scene is funniest
Bar
to me.
scene, yeah.
Like, I think my favorite the favorite moment in the whole movie might be when she's like, you know, nervously like serving everything.
We
and
didn't
she's,
talk.
like,
Yeah.
making her way
She's
down.
actually giving them booze. Like
Yeah.
it's just so funny.
Yeah, and like
Then she grabs the Polaroid too.
yeah,
Which is cool.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
See, the whole scene is great, but specifically like when she's going down the bar and she gets to the end and like she kind of like reacts like shocked and like looks down and you like shows down and like the guy's
With
just
the
there
flash
with
of
the trench
Gremlin.
coat.
Yeah.
He's like,
dude.
yeah.
Oh, it's so
You know?
great.
Yeah, and
So
like you know,
great.
she really reacts like, you know, someone getting like sexually harassed at a bar, like when you see in a movie like some guy like pinch a waitress's butt or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah.
it felt like that. It just like totally caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for a flasher gremlin.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. That might be my favorite Gremlin in the movie.
Yeah.
So funny.
I think didn't they make NECA made an action figure of
They
Flash or
did.
Gremlin?
wow, that's great. See,
I remember I was gonna buy one, and John gave me so much shit for not buying it. It
yeah.
might have been like one of those. I can't remember.
They've been releasing a lot of Gremlin action figures though.
I wonder
Yeah.
if there's gonna
Well,
be a new gremlin in like 2 years.
Dude, I wanted
sick.
to bring that up because they've this came out the same day as Ghostbusters. A Ghostbusters movie just came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like they keep trudging up the past. I feel like out of the '80s, this and Back to the Future, they've left alone for some reason, and
Yeah.
I'm glad they
Mhm.
should leave these movies alone. But and the thing that would just make it so lame nowadays is it would just all be CGI probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this movie so great
For
is
sure.
the effects and the puppetry and everything.
hmm
Oh, yeah.
Like it just adds so much charm.
Although behind the scenes I was watching, Howie Mandel said, "Hey man, if Joe Dante wanted to do a third one, I'd do it. Call me up, Joe. Call me up."
Oh, that's funny.
That's funny.
As well, I mean, yeah, they definitely would have to get Joe Dante back, which I don't even know if he would do.
Yeah, I don't know what he's been doing lately.
I don't know the
anything in a
last
long
movie
time.
he made. It might have been Small Soldiers. I don't know.
Really? Whoa.
Yeah. I mean, don't quote me on that.
So you said the bar scene. What about you, Ian?
I do like the bar scene. I like the scene of the mom hacking them all up and exploding them and
Ooh,
everything.
true.
I like the scene with the Futtermans and the Kentucky Harvester. I like the scene with the YMCA. I like we didn't talk about this. I like the department store a lot.
Yeah, what'd you think about the boss fight against Stripe?
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was
And the
cool.
death, especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the chainsaw. Like
The
when he-
chainsaw.
Yeah.
Dude, the chainsaw not being able to break through the bat was just so funny to me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it is a little gremlin
Electric
sized
chainsaw,
chainsaw,
Yeah,
so maybe
but
that's
it pulls
why.
him across too. That was great.
I think I read this and I don't know if it's true. It very well could be true. So I guess that wasn't in the script. And I guess Joe Dante and Zach Galligan came up with that because they were big Texas Chainsaw Massacre fans.
Oh, cool.
Like, wouldn't it be cool if he got attacked by the gremlin?
the
The
chainsaw.
way it's introduced, like you just hear the chainsaw,
Yeah.
like you just hear it, and then it cuts to like yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's a good reveal of
Yeah.
the chainsaw.
It caught my girlfriend. Whoa, where'd he get a chainsaw?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
They
because
just
I
had
think
everything in that department store.
that's the great thing. It's like, oh god, it's like the thing. It's like you got to be fucking kidding. There's
Yeah.
there's a chainsaw.
You got
Gremlins running around with
It's
chainsaws.
got a crossbow.
Yeah,
And Billy
yeah,
already
yeah.
took like an arrow to like the ribs or
Yeah.
something.
That's right,
before that
yeah.
Shot him
shit.
in the arm, I think maybe.
Yeah.
And then the gremlin gets a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He just like keeps upgrading.
yeah,
It is
yeah.
kind of like Looney Tunes, very Looney Tunes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And he's in Looney Tunes. He's in the Looney Tunes. There's like Sylvester the cat, and then I don't know the other Looney Tune, but like when he walks by him and he like kind of peers out from behind the stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
Is
Yeah.
that where the ET doll was? I can't-
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely like an intentional reference, I would think.
What do you think of Gizmo driving the little Barbie car?
That was great.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was shot cool too. Like it was like classically shot because you have the screen behind him.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that reverse projection?
what
Is
it's
that what they
called?
call it? Something like that.
Yeah.
I like how he's driving the car. It's just like
It felt like a 50s movie, like
yeah.
like really the movie that he was like referencing. You know, I need a
Yeah.
dame. Like
Yeah,
I felt like I was watching that. you know,
Exactly.
Bonnie and Clyde or
Yeah.
something like
Sometimes I'm like, how the fuck does the car drive? But it's like, it
that
works.
varies.
It works for the fucking movie.
that. Maybe it was
Yeah.
a tester, and he
Yeah,
rides
there you
up like
go.
the snow shovel or whatever, like a big ramp.
That's right. Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto moment.
And then he
Yeah.
saves the day by
Yeah.
pulling the curtain.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Bright
That's
light.
right. Bright light. Light bright. Light
Yeah,
bright, bright
the
light.
dog is like hecka useless in that scene. All he does is like lead the dad in, but then I felt like the dog was gonna do something, but he's just kind of wandering through the store, gets pushed aside by Gizmo on the car. I got. Yeah, and then all the way up to Gizmo. I mean, Stripe like getting to the fountain, and then the light hitting them, and him just started like boiling basically,
Yeah.
and then
a
falling
cool
in the
effect.
water.
It's a
and, like,
very cool effect.
comes
yeah.
out with the skeleton, and then the skeleton like shrinks down
Yeah.
and melts.
Yeah. Great effects.
Yeah, all of that was just like I was like, wow, this is incredible. 1984, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even the water fountain was like fogging up and had lights in it to make
Yeah.
it look like
a
creepy.
bit like the
and-
YMCA pool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was really well shot, and it's like in the gardening center. I mean, that's a big store.
I
Yeah,
know.
for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got everything in there.
Exactly. Yeah.
I enjoyed that scene quite a bit.
Yeah. What about you,
good.
Carlos? Yeah,
Wait,
okay.
what'd you say your favorite scene is?
Shit.
Hmm.
It's just tough. I don't know why it's so tough for me today to choose favorites for this movie. Maybe the department store. It's when shit's it's kind of the last stand. It's like, all right, Gremlin's not fooling around here. He's bringing out the chainsaws and the guns and everything.
And it's suspenseful because you gotta stop him because
Yeah.
he's the last one, and if he touches
Exactly.
that water,
Yeah, exactly. It just starts all over
Starts
again.
all over, right?
I might go with that.
I liked that about what's forgetting Brent, the the main guy. The kid.
Billy.
Billy, thank you. I like that Billy was ready to go. Like when he saw the department store like window broken.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He knew
just
what he had to
busts
do.
in
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
with one of those little like things that you roll on the floor as a toddler that has
Yeah,
the bubbles
the
popping
little
in.
toy.
Just bust
I was
it.
half
funny.
expecting him to like hit the glass and it just not break or something. You know, that could have been like a gag they went for, but
Yeah.
nah, they were just going for it. He was going for it.
Yeah. Then watching Snow White's great too.
That's what my
You
favorite
know?
scene
Yeah,
is the
okay.
theater.
Okay.
Because you
yeah.
have great stuff going on in the bar scene. You have people doing ooh, joo, wop, wop, doo, wop,
Yeah.
and people smoking and flying on fans and flash dancing. But then you get to the theater, and that's what this whole movie is like movie references because everybody's watching TV and everything.
Mhm.
But then you get to the actual theater, they're watching Snow White,
Yep.
and they like it.
And they love
Yeah.
it.
I
I
know.
love it.
yeah, they're singing,
Yeah.
They all got popcorn or
Yeah.
I think even when they start chasing Billy and Kate, they have popcorn buckets on their
They
heads.
do.
Yeah.
They do.
I
I like
just cut
that.
out.
I like that when you're watching them and they're all kind of coming towards the camera. That's so
Yeah.
awesome.
It's
Yeah.
a total like it's what this movie is it's in love with cinema.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we get to hang out in the cinema
Yeah.
and blow it up.
Yes.
Which
yeah.
reminds me a lot of Inglorious Bastards when she
Oh,
lights the
wow.
cinema on
I
fire
didn't even
too.
think that.
True.
Lights all the film stock on
Shoshana.
fire. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, definitely the theater for me.
That's a great choice.
Yeah.
And you could see earlier in the bar actually when she goes to light the guy's cigarette, like they don't like the fire. You know.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh.
I think that's a good way to kill a gremlin, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know if she shared that information with Billy or what, but
But how
Yeah.
did all those other gremlins light their cigarettes then? If they're afraid
I
of
don't
the
know.
matches.
they just did it once and then they used like the cigarette to light the other.
That's they did that.
But yeah, that one
That's
had 3
funny.
cigarettes in his mouth. That was too funny.
Yeah. Do you guys like the ending? Do you think it ends well?
Oh, love it.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah,
it.
I mean, what's the ending? Like, I'm trying to remember back Gizmo.
Mogwai owner comes and takes him back.
Yeah.
How do you think? I guess maybe he was listening to the news, like, oh, in Kingston Falls, little green men are terrorizing towns. He's like, oh,
Or
Those-
no, maybe he just
my
knew.
grandson, I know what he did.
Yeah.
I told him not to
We
sell
need the
Mogwai.
money. He probably like woke up in the morning and checked and the Mogwai's missing. Like,
But how would he have
What
found?
did you
Maybe
do?
did he just look up Rand Peltzer in the
Hmm.
phone book or something?
possible.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
Eastern
I just-
magic.
I just, oh god, yeah,
I thought he would react to the news on the TV.
that's what I think.
But then he's like, "Oh, you're teaching him to watch TV instead."
maybe the radio. Maybe he was listening to the radio.
He
on
does-
So he
the
probably already
news.
knew.
Yeah.
He does say like, you see what happens when you
Yeah.
when you're not taking care of.
Stupid Westerners.
Yeah, that's funny because that's exactly what I thought at the beginning. I was telling my girlfriend like, you know, when they multiply and the dad's like, we could sell these, and it's just
Yeah, I
like,
bet every kid in America will
The
want one of
pet's
these.
a pet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Peltzer pet. That's right,
like
yeah.
the capitalist, you know, like
Yes.
you could tell that they're gonna kind of reflect on that negatively,
Yeah,
and they do later when the guy comes.
yeah,
You Westerners.
yeah.
And, I mean, that's kind of true. That's like humans in general. We abuse everything, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess you could look
So-
at that badly too, because it's like they're like mystifying
Mm-hmm.
those. Like it's like those people are just like like they're not even like they're just like magical. I guess I
Yeah.
guess you could look at that kind of poorly too. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I'm looking into it too much. I don't. I think it's
Yeah,
personally
it's fine.
it works.
It's
I
like
love it.
There's way worse, more offensive stuff.
we
That's
just
for sure.
don't. We probably in the '80s too, like didn't know a lot about like Eastern mythology, and it's just kind of mysterious. and
Yeah.
so there's that sort of like air of supernatural type stuff with them, like
Right.
that. You know, like in the '80s, probably Americans thought like Chinese, like knew a lot more about spiritual stuff like that.
Yeah.
When Sam was bringing that up, like, oh, it's kind of a little racist. I was like, oh, you haven't seen nothing yet. These '80s films,
Go
they
watch,
get fucking
yeah,
crazy.
long duck dong.
Yeah.
And,
Stereotypical stuff.
Is Big Trouble in Little China? You think that can get offensive?
it depends.
That's all I could think of.
Yeah, I
depends.
don't know. I mean, I've never really thought of it as offensive, but I
mean-
could totally see it because he's like getting up and he's like,
Yeah. I mean, really, again, like everyone that's not Kurt Russell in the movie, which is predominantly Asian, they kind of save the day. Jack Burton's kind of an idiot.
Yeah, he's just like the hapless fool,
Yeah.
basically. That
And then his
gets
little
lucky.
his buddy is the one who kind of saves the day.
Yeah,
really, for
he
the most
comes and he
part.
starts kicking ass like at
Yeah.
the beginning. You're like, what the
Yeah,
hell?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
so
know. It's an interpretation, I guess. And then I
this
guess
one has the underrepresented group. I feel like is the ladies. Like for before he blows up the theater, it's just been the mom and the girlfriend that have been like actually
Right.
successfully fighting off the gremlins.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
You
true.
know?
Yeah, I
The
like. Yeah.
sheriffs were useless.
Yeah, they just like turn over in their car, and it's like, okay,
Mhm.
thanks
Well,
for nothing. Thanks for nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the Kate, she figures out like the flash photography, like you said,
Right.
and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Polaroid.
Yeah,
And
and
she
then the
has all
mom
the
with two
pictures of-
knives, or two swords. I'm thinking of
Yeah.
like she grabs one and then grabs the other. It's like the antithesis, or I mean, it's like the opposite of Halloween with her throwing the knife away.
Yeah,
The mom's like, I'm not just
exactly.
gonna throw one away.
Yeah, she's a
I'm literally
badass.
gonna
I
grab
like the
two
mom.
now.
The mom's. It made me sad when she's all like scratched up and beat up at the end. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh, poor mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got her good, but hey, she
Yeah.
held her own. She's
She
good.
fucking killed. I mean, I think she's the only one that actually kills any of them,
Right,
aside from
like-
Gizmo at the end with Stripe. Well, that's not true. Billy kills a bunch of them. Never mind.
With the
Yeah.
theater.
Yeah.
with theater, and then technically he kills the one with the sword.
Oh, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Okay.
And then plus we don't know, like I don't know if the bright light from the Polaroid it may have killed the gremlin.
I don't think it did. Maybe it just stunned him.
Yeah,
Maybe.
because I maybe got the idea like the gremlins were a little more vulnerable to light than like Gizmo is, because Gizmo gets light sometimes and he's just
Yeah.
like, "Wah!"
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ah, bright light.
But
bright
I
light.
don't know. I don't really have basis for that either.
Yeah.
Just that's my head canon.
Yeah.
Like
But yeah,
Yeah.
going back to the ending, I think it's a perfect bookend.
Yeah.
Start, you open up with the dad doing a little
Right.
monologue with his deep voice. I love that. Just
Yeah, I
deep
know.
voice monologue that
Yeah.
he does.
yeah, Big Lebowski style.
Yeah.
I didn't.
And then the very end,
He
he
even
does the
sounds
same
like
thing.
A little bit. Yeah.
Sam Elliott.
Yeah.
Check under your beds, turn on all your
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah,
It might just be a gremlin around or
Yeah.
whatever he says.
Yeah.
Great ending.
and then I like when the credits come on. The credits are already like 2/3 halfway up the screen. Like,
Really?
Yeah,
That's
just
funny.
something random about that. Like
That's
instead of
funny. I didn't
scrolling
notice-
from the bottom.
That's
to top,
funny. Wow. Yeah.
it
Okay.
just like starts and then starts
Yeah,
scrolling.
and then there's the
Yeah, The music hits.
There's some scenes. I guess I should have said that real quick. When we were talking about sound, there's another version of that where it's like strings on a vase.
Oh.
It's really creepy. There's something about strings like that.
Yeah,
That creeped me
well,
out.
when they're like I can't remember what it's called, but like when they just do like, dun,
Yeah, yeah.
it's
It's
like a horror thing.
yeah, and it's really creepy. It's like when Stripe's like looking at certain things, and like I think it plays also when the mom's kind of looking around for the gremlins too.
Mm,
Really creepy.
creepy,
Yeah.
suspenseful.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, good sound design and
Shrieky-
everything.
Shrieky strings.
All the little things there. It's got like rewatchability because you'll catch things probably. I would imagine like what the gremlins are saying as they're like hopping around and stuff, like the little like whatever messages they're given,
Yeah.
references, phone home, all that type of thing.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to rate this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
You want to go first?
Me,
Carl, well, when's the last time you went first? Do you want to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Yeah,
Put you
why
on
Well,
the
you
hot
don't have.
seat.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I went last time.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Probably.
if you're not first,
Um,
you're last.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love this movie, guys. But I think I'll give it a 4.5 out of 5 this time.
Okay.
Great Christmas movie for around this time.
Yeah.
Great kids movie too.
Yeah.
Show the kiddos.
Yeah.
Love all the characters. Love Gizmo. Love all the movie references. This is just a good film.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff, guys.
Yeah, solid through and through.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a kids movie that can still be fun to watch as an adult.
Yeah.
I think
agree.
the reason it's not a full 5 for me is towards the end it kind of drags just a little bit.
You know, I
Yeah.
kind of agree with that
Just
a little bit.
bit of drag towards the
Yeah.
end
I
when
thought-
he's like
I thought
going
it
through the
dragged in the
department
middle.
store. Yeah.
As much as I like the department store, I agree. I see what you mean.
Could
Yeah.
have been shortened just a little
Yeah,
bit.
because really the only parts I like in the department store is when it picks up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's the chainsaw, Gizmo riding around the car, and then the water fountain.
Yeah, no,
all
they
that.
walk around for quite a bit. In the department
Yeah,
store, and they're
yeah,
cutting
that's a good
different
point.
characters too.
That's a good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason it's not a perfect 5. But other than that, fantastic. Totally recommend it. What do you think, Rome?
I've been waffling between 4.5 stars. I mean, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. I actually thought maybe the pacing, or at least the part that was sort of slow to me was some of the stuff with the professor maybe.
Yeah, that too,
Yeah,
actually.
that's kind of dragged there. too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that too.
You know,
Yeah,
but
I agree.
but I felt like they still like put good things in there. Like I love when he's clipping the cage.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, that's
that
cool.
that feels like a horror movie moment. That's almost like The Thing, you know.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. When they're looking at the bodies. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
But yeah, no, it's still a great movie. It was a lot of fun to watch. Definitely the funniest movie we've talked about
Mhm.
so far. you know, Joe Dante. I like the lighting in the scenes.
Yeah.
You know, I like the framing of stuff. I like the background sets and everything.
There's a few like Dutch angles a little bit too that
Is
are kind of
that where
cool.
they, like, tilt
Yeah,
it? I was
yeah,
gonna
there-
bring that up.
yeah,
It
there's
does
a
have
few.
cool, like, camera work too.
Yeah, there's a few that look pretty cool.
I think it's right when Gizmo first gets water spilled on him. It zooms in
Yeah,
on
yes.
Billy and the
Corey Feldman.
Feldman,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it goes,
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
yeah.
Shit's
Oh
getting
yeah.
tilted.
Yep.
Yeah.
Broke one of the rules. You broke the rule.
Yeah, I think 4. I think 4, because there were parts where I was kind of like, you know, let's move this along. But then there's also parts where I was like, damn near crying from laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And I want to watch it again and like smoke a joint or something beforehand and like really watch. And plus, you know, like I said, there's a lot of references in this, but there were ones that I could tell, like, or at least it seemed like were references to something that I didn't understand. So, you know, as your movie knowledge gets more or better and better, I feel like it just makes things like this even more enjoyable. So,
Yeah.
I agree.
but yeah, I'd say 4. I like it a lot as a Christmas movie, especially.
Good score, good score.
Mhm.
What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, I give it a 4 as well. I think you and I, Roman, have aligned like the last 3 or 4 movies with
Heck
our
yeah, baby.
scores. I feel like I always like rip you off.
You're like,
But
damn it,
no,
stop
4.
taking
And
my
I,
score.
kind of the same thing as what Roman said. And what you said too. It does. There are scenes where it drags, but at the same time, it's just so fun.
Yeah.
It's just such a fun movie. You know, the effects are great. The effects team is, I think his name was, the main guy was Chris Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
Wallace.
Wallace.
He was a great
Wallace.
effects guy. He did the effects in David Cronenberg's The Fly. I think he did some
Oh.
work on E.T. too,
Hmm.
and The Howling. And yeah, just very overall, just a really fun movie. Standout of the 80s. I mean, you know, this and Temple of Doom pretty much created the PG-13 rating, which came out right around the same time. Yeah. Yeah, just I think, do you think it's a standout of 80s movies?
You know, I didn't even know that this was an 80s movie. I thought it was a 90s movie for the longest time.
Really?
Yeah, I
Huh.
don't know what made me do that, but
That's interesting.
I may have thought that before, but I think when you watch it, it definitely feels 80s.
Yeah.
Like right away, I thought that, like when he's in Chinatown, and like there's all the little set pieces and stuff.
That almost reminds me of like Blade Runner or something. The shots of Chinatown,
Oh,
like
true.
exterior wise,
red,
yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or I
The
think,
lighting is
You know what
beautiful.
gives it away this time is Phoebe Cates in the bank at the very beginning is wearing
Wearing
like
the
a big
ugliest
goofy-
thing ever.
Oh yeah, but
Well,
some of the
shoulders.
clothes.
She's a beautiful girl, but it's like, what are you wearing?
It was
Yeesh.
fashion at the time.
Yeah. That's one thing. Maybe this might just be me just being stupid, but I'm almost thinking they did that intentionally because like she still looks like she's like wearing like a flannel shirt and a sweater throughout the whole thing, and she still looks really great. She still looks like a really beautiful girl. But I think they might have done that intentionally after all the movies. She was like, again, she's naked in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and she's in like teen sex comedies. I think they might have done that intentionally.
Mhm.
I can see that.
You know, and dress her a little more modestly so people maybe aren't trying to be like, ooh, let's get a good look at Phoebe Cates, maybe.
Yeah.
I read she was hesitant to take the role because she had like those prior
Yeah, that makes sense.
things. She's
Like
like,
teen
I can't play a
movies.
modest character.
Right, yeah.
They'll never buy it.
I buy it.
Yeah, Spielberg says, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're great.
Yeah,
Joe Dante
yeah,
says, "You're-
she does a
you're
good
great."
job.
Definitely.
Yeah, I liked her in this one.
Yeah,
It was good.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think to me it's like a Ghostbusters, a Back to the Future. You know, I think it's up there in that echelon.
hmm
Yeah, great choice.
So that's 4.5. What is that? 12 and a half? Out of
Well,
15?
13 and a half. Oh, wait.
Is it?
No,
There's
nope,
12.
I'm
So
wrong. 12 and a half.
okay,
12 and a half
out of 15.
Wait.
Not
am I-
bad.
Oh, I
Okay.
don't know.
15 minus 3 is 12 plus half, 12 and a half. Yeah.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's not bad
Good
at
score.
all. No, this is really a great movie.
Yeah.
I think I'm trying to be consistent now with my ratings because like I can't fluctuate too
Yeah.
much. But it's kind of hard. Like as we've rated more, I've kind of gotten better. I think at rating,
Yeah.
you know, and so or at least, you know, I have a better idea of what I'm looking for in a rating.
Yeah.
So like some of the stuff earlier that I gave a 4, like this might be, you know, it's weird to say, but like a stronger 4.
I get what you mean
Yeah.
because I think we both gave Black Christmas 4s,
Oh, did
but
we?
it's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
a
yeah.
different 4 though, you know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, because they're just such different movies.
Yep, definitely.
It
70s
depends on the
versus
movie.
80s.
Yeah, and just slasher,
Slasher
almost
versus,
proto
like,
slasher.
What would
Or-
you say Gremlins is first and foremost, like in terms of genre?
That's a great question. I'll let you answer that.
A Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Holiday.
I do like how you guys were saying it's a comedy horror.
Yeah, that's what I would call it personally.
Yeah. I think comedy might be my first
Yeah,
thing
but there are elements of horror
for sure.
for me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know.
Like there's suspense in there, yeah.
Yeah,
And then the holiday element to it, but it's also like comedy, but like dark comedy specifically. Like
Yeah.
I was laughing when she was telling the story about her dad. You
because
know?
it's just so out of nowhere.
Yeah,
It's like, what
exactly.
the
It's almost
fuck?
like absurdist, you know.
And it's also just because it's like your dad dressed up as Santa Claus and went down. Was your dad Billy Peltzer? Is he the same fucking idiot?
Yeah,
that
yeah.
I rag on. I shouldn't rag on Billy Peltzer. He's just there's
Well,
some.
he's
Don't bring the
Billy.
dog to work. The gremlins chew through the wire to your clock.
Yeah,
Come on, Billy.
yeah. so-
Come on, Mister. I live in the attic at my parents' house.
right.
Although, not gonna lie, it's a cool little setup he has. in his
yeah,
room.
I always wanted to live in an
Yeah,
attic with
it's
like
actually.
a race car.
I like how
bed
he has the TV's like set up like there or something like
up on
high.
the wall. Yeah,
Yeah.
So you can watch it laying in bed.
Yeah, yeah.
Genius.
I think
Yeah.
the actor said that he actually was excited for the role because it's like a nerdy kid just
Yeah.
chilling out.
Yeah.
He's got comic
I
books.
can, yeah,
And that's
I
what
can
he's
relate.
really like is he's just a nerd.
Yeah.
He wants to be a comic book artist.
Right, yeah, yeah. He isn't a bad kid. There's just some scenes where it's just like, dude, come on, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, remember the neighbor like kind of awkwardly talking to him, like, "So you done with that comic yet?" You know, and
That's so great when he's like, what is it, like, something? I don't think they make those comics anymore, Mr. Futterman.
Yeah.
They don't?
Sunday comic.
Oh.
Kinda
It's
goofy.
just
yeah.
like, it just ends. The conversation just awkwardly ends.
Yeah, he's like,
Oh,
"All right,
they
see, you gotta go to work."
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna go wander around outside your work at your bank.
true. He did. That's right. He did.
I'm gonna go get drunk.
Lost my job, not doing anything
Yeah.
else.
Cool, guys. Well, thanks for talking about Gremlins with me. That was
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
thanks for choosing it, dude.
Yeah.
Great choice.
Oh.
Yeah. Merry
Check your
Christmas.
chimneys, everybody.
Merry Crimbus. Yeah, hopefully there's no dead men in them.
Yeah. Happy Festivus and
Happy Festivus. A Festivus for the rest of us.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Merry,
Merry
happy,
Christmas.
happy holiday.
Thank you,
Happy
thank
holiday.
you.
Deuces.